Beelzebub, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
So, we pick up from where we last left off, as always. Survival has always been a tenuous proposition, for death is a thief that steals us away mid-sentence. Amid the burning skies of Phlegethos above you, smoky trails meander as remnants of the battle that took place here. You crossed blades with the Air-9 Cortici and paid dearly for every inch of victory. Kael and Juniper fell, but yet you endured. Having stood your ground, you saw to the destruction of Cortici, and have claimed treasures from both his and Fiona's body. You look upon the remnants of lives wasted in the pursuit of gold and glory, you, yourself, a hair's breadth from becoming unwound. Phlegethos' heat bears down upon you and your remaining companions, while Egress lies 6 miles northward, where Ateli's sanctuary blazes like a distant beacon. With exhaustion comes a knowing hunger that sets in, turning the body against itself and weakening the mind. The requirements of survival cannot be met on an empty stomach, and so you drag your feet and regroup. Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable, you gather the dead and journey forth toward refuge. Yet you do not walk alone. Though 2 of your members have fallen, their stories have not yet closed their covers. Walking by your side is Kael's soul, carried here from Tempest's halls by his will to see unfinished purpose done. Now the spirit lingers as a pale echo of stormlight amid the heat haze of Phlegethos. And, far above, wings catching the wind, another presence has crossed the confluence where life and death entwine, and now follows your steps. Carried upon unseen currents, Juniper's spirit drifts close. The pilgrimage of grace and peril that bore them here has taken its toll, but these 2 souls refuse to pass on. To those among you still alive, their presence feels like a brush of feathers on the wind and the steady reverberation of that charged ozone in the air. The living press on. As our march begins, desperation gives way to necessity. If I recall correctly, in the shadows of drifting embers, Marcella, you turned to your smallest among you with intentions to transfigure your rat familiar. While Morsel did protest, he then relented with a long-suffering sigh and yielded. And as Eldritch Hag magic takes hold, you watch flesh be reshapen, and where once stood a familiar rat, now towers this colossal centipede of chitin plates. Upon its back, the fallen shall be ferried. So you set your pace toward Ateli's sanctuary, yeah? Faster now, before the hells can claim anything more?
Yes, like going as fast as we can.
Sounds great. So your journey from here to Ward Refuge by your maps is 6 miles. On foot, you would make headway of 3 miles per hour. The total journey taking like 2 hours. In that time, unless you change anything, you will be suffering fire damage per hour. So shall we just proceed with on-foot travel?
Yeah.
Can we march at fast speed?
Yeah.
Fast marching.
Do you know what the pace for fast march is? It's still like 4 mph. We'll cut down sometimes. Yeah, for sure. As you guys rush over to Ateli's sanctuary, all members of the party still alive take a fire damage. 1 fire damage. As the march towards sanctuary becomes this trial of endurance. Ash clings to sweat-slick skin. Heat scalds your lungs, leeching strength with every mile. In the distance, the towering rift of the elemental plane of fire rises from a lake of molten stone. Far beyond it, along the jagged crowns of volcanic mountains, crimson shapes wheel through the haze where red dragons make their nests. Closer at hand, quieter miracles persist. Those among you still holding on to your senses and perceiving your surroundings see that along these cooling lava flows, fragile veins of life take hold. Ashen lichen and stubborn mosses cling to newborn stone, breaking it down, grain by grain, seeding tomorrow's soil in a land built for death. As more hours come to pass before you, at last, through heat shimmer and drifting embers, you see Hateli's sanctuary within reach. Giving a slight pause to give you guys anything you wish to discuss as you sort of traveling, hours pass and all that.
As we are like almost making it here and a bit paranoid of what could be behind us. I look into the sky, trying to see if there is another ship, and check on the professor, and particularly check on Orikai. Orikai, how are you doing?
Mordecai has been kind of mumbling to himself the whole walk here, but while being addressed, looks over. We just need to get to Ateli's.
Yes, we are all just behind this hill.
How are you, Marcella?
Hey, just my lungs are hurting. But I'm better than the rest.
Where were you during the majority of the fight?
Taking care of Fierna. Trying to distract her. Trying to bring her down.
Mordecai nods, but there's a bit of hesitation in that nod as they fidget with the amulet.
We made it, and that's what's important. There is a way of bringing the rest back. But
yes,
let's finish this and make our way to the sticks.
we need to get that phylactery. We owed Juniper that much.
And we continue to the Sand Praetum.
As you venture forth and continue into that network of cavern mouths and forge halls carved directly into the living rock, you make your way across suspended bridges of hardened slag that span glowing chasms here. You see towers of brass rise from the stone, crowned with those banners of the fret that ripple in that superheated wind. The tall, proud figures of Efreet stand at attention as they guard the entrance of this place, clad in their gilded and brass armor. Their weapons turn toward you as you approach, especially alarmed by the sight of a colossal centipede. One of the Efreet guarding the passage into Ateli's sanctum shouts, "Sparks!" and awaits for your response.
Tinder!
They lax their weapons and grant you passage through into the inner sanctum. As you step into a telesanctum, you notice a familiar figure standing nearby, ash-dusted, travel-worn. It is Gotam. Gotam turns his head towards you, looking you over, and as he straightens his robes, he lets out that long breath of relief. Well, that answers a great many very unpleasant questions. His gaze lingers on the wounded, on the fallen. I received your message. I figured waiting was not an option. He explains that he left the barge in the hands of his first mate TX, and with instructions to rendezvous in upon the docks of the distant city of Ambry Mock, downriver. He sort of left the barge with TX. He then lifts a hand, and held in which is this ornate rosary. It has a slender chain of weathered silver. It has many links worn smooth by decades of prayer and travel between worlds. At its heart hangs a circular medallion of darkened metal, shaped like a toothed ring of interlocking sigils. Etched along its rim are the symbols of the planes. Thankfully, I still have my contingencies, though use of such artifacts comes with its own risks. It seems that whatever infernal forces watch over us have heeded our prayers as well. So, my return to this place was met with little resistance this time. From within his satchel, you see he carefully produces several small velvet-wrapped bundles, and inside, diamond facets catch the firelight. I have brought with me my resurrection diamonds, consecrated to Kalimvo. If you wish to bring them back, I can perform the rites. But he pauses there for a moment before continuing. I'll need their value in gold when we reach Abrimok, so that I can replace them. What do you say?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. We can do it with whatever the gold is. It's fine.
We have the gold from Kartakai.
Yeah, it's really no object for us. And they would do the same if any of us had fallen.
Kotam lowers his voice as he sets the velvet-wrapped diamonds upon the ground, arranging them in that careful circle around him. These shall serve as the ritual's anchors. Every soul that leaves its body is drawn toward its proper shore. Some go willingly, while some cling to what they left behind. He glances toward the fallen. Our task is not to drag them back, but to give them a reason to return. When I begin the rite, Kalimver opens a narrow passage between here and the veiled realm of death. This passage is thin and fragile, and it does not last long. But this rite will be taxing upon both the souls of the living and the dead, and so I cannot do this alone. He then looks to each of you in turn. Together, we shall call to them, speak into that passage, but not with mere words. I would ask that you call upon the memories, challenges, and bonds you shared with truth. These are souls lost to the fugue. Remind them who they were, who they are, who still needs them. In my many years of calling back the dead, some called upon song, some made vows and confessions, prayers and promises. All of these can reach across death, if they are sincere, for death knows when she is being lied to. If your words are hollow, the passage weakens. Know that some souls are easier to call than others. Those who have crossed the veil before feel the way back less clearly each time. The world grows distant, the call grows faint. When all of you have spoken, I will make the final plea to death. Calanver will weigh what has been offered here, your devotion, grief, and resolve, and decide whether the soul may walk back through death's gates. Know that, should death refuse to relent its hold upon souls, then the doors close forever. No priest, relic, nor mortal prayer will open it again. You will need a true miracle, the hand of a god, to return that soul to life. But such power is rare, and lost to me. He looks very distant in that moment, and then sort of finishes arranging the diamond circle and looks up at the bodies of the dead. Now, let us gather and tell death why it should give them back. In terms of how this is gonna go, guys, Kotam has with him the Regents for Raised Dead rituals. Plenty of 500 gold pieces, diamonds, as many as you guys need, but you will have to pay for each one. Each one will be an attempt to return a soul back to its body. Everybody present becomes part of this resurrection ritual, but I suppose I would ask for, let's say, 3 among you, just to expedite things, to be present in this ritual, especially contribute to the ritual by attempting to call to your ally spirit back. This could involve delivering a stirring speech, playing a song from your shared adventures, or if some of you shared a childhood, I'm not sure, like something along those lines, or goading a rival back with a display of, your skill, confessing undying love, if that ever becomes relevant, things like that. Anything that I would consider emotionally stirring will be viable here, up to your judgment. Whatever it is that you wish to do, select a soul you wish to bring back, assemble your group, and we can begin this ritual. Whoever
Just
is
to be clear,
resurrecting
we'll
first.
get to do both of them though, right? We're not like picking who to bring back.
Yeah, but one at a time.
Okay.
I should not be calling to Juniper. Orakai has had a very tumultuous relationship.
My question to Kotam would be that you mentioned it's taxing on the soul, but it's also taxing for the living. On what way for the living on our side? Kalimvor's about to meet me within a breath.
He understands your concern, but should you all do this together, the burden will be shared and the effects upon you will be minimal. He just cannot do this ritual alone. That's the sort of implication I'm going with here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got like just a couple health points and 5 exhaustion, so I didn't know if something like big might happen. And then I fall over dead and we're doing it again.
To call
Well, you're
forth.
death warded again, aren't you? I burned the rest of my
No.
slots, death warding you and Orakai after the battle.
Oh, you just ordered us after?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I did.
I did not see that.
I remember you doing that.
I
Just
only
to get
remember
us through
how
the walk,
we
in case
recorded
the walk was going to be long, I death warded the 2 of you, and then that was the end of my spell slots at that level and above, so I had to stop.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that walk nearly killed me too.
Yeah, so even if something did happen, Amber, rests a hand on Isaac's back, and she goes, I have you. It's okay. We'll get through it, and then we'll be able to rest peacefully, knowing that we've restored our friends.
With like heavy breathing and like just kind of in pain. Some of his face is a little swollen, blood. Dude's been through it, like we all have. He just kind of gives you like a nod with like a wheezed breath in there. And then yeah, so I mean whoever wants to go first or say something.
Who are we resurrecting first? Whose body is being placed in the circle of diamonds?
Kyle.
Okay.
The strongest boy.
Caillou's body is placed in a circle of diamonds. You can tell me what sort of an ability check you want to do when you're participating in this ritual. Ultimately, that's up to me to decide what skill is appropriate, but you can certainly make suggestions if you look down your list and see a strength of yours and you see a way of making it applicable to this ritual.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try to. What's the name? Taunt Kyle. Kyle, there is no warrior as you, and if you don't come back to us, we won't make it to Asmodeus. And if the walk there is gonna be pointless, there is no point of us carrying Toma there. It's good enough if we throw her into the lava here and for her to be done with it.
Alright. If that'll be all, make me a DC 15 persuasion check, please.
I was hoping for deception, but sure.
Oh, are you lying to Caille? Why is it deception?
Yes, I'm lying to Kyle. I'm not gonna throw her mom into the mold of fire. But yeah, 20.
20. Who speaks next?
Probably speak about Juniper, so I'll let you guys go.
I want to say something, but every roll I have is like a -10.
If you don't
Give me a
roll,
second
it's
to
a
think of
negative
something.
20. So.
Give me a second.
If you died, and your gathered party during your resurrection ritual gave you no reason to return, why would you return? What? Not me just eyeing the Oreos. As an example, just while people are thinking, just to feel the silence, as an example from previous campaigns of what people did, I had paladins pray to their gods of mercy, and making like religious checks to sort of call upon that divine power. I had people beating the corpses of their guy, being like, "Just come back, dude, come back, dude." I made like, yeah, that's intimidation. It's a higher DC, but you're like, if you don't come back, I will die, and in the afterlife make your life hell. I was like, yeah, that's intimidation. It's DC 20, but it was part of the ritual. It's whatever comes to your mind, guys. Look at what your character can do this moment. What would you do if you were trying to bring your Kyle back to life?
I'm trying to find the words for it.
Feel free to do it in third person. If you can't do first person, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble trying to think of something. I would probably yield to like the gentle giant kind side inside, or the gentle giant kind like inside of him, saying, you know, remembering what you were known for in this world, like being that bodyguard that charged into battle to slay those foes to get your commander, and you did the same thing here. You're one of the bravest people I've seen, you know, wading into battle. You are the people's shield. You are their, you know, hope when they don't have any. And for us, you're definitely our powerhouse. We rely on you. You know, we wouldn't have made it this far without you. And to lose such a warrior, but someone kind in one of the worst places that we will probably ever be in our lives is such a huge, devastating hit. This is the Hells. We need every ounce of good person and kind-heartedness that we can get.
Awesome. You get to roll with advantage. Roll me 2 d20s, choose the best among them, and add any bonus you think appropriate to this one from your skills. Just let me know what you pick, just so it makes sense.
Ooh. I touched on his history. I would use that. That's kind of like the better one that I have right now.
Sure. Sure.
It's a +1.
Yeah.
18.
Nice. Does anybody else wish to add to this ritual as Kotam channels the divine magic of Kelenvor and places the diamond on Kael's forehead and begins to channel that light through it like a beacon trying to usher the soul back to the body? Who speaks?
Mordecai will try.
Okay.
And for her, it's more of a persuasion confession. Kael, you told us once, when we were at Helvet's, there was that game, yes. And you said the piece that you'd sacrifice would be you, the strong. I didn't believe you. I never believed you. But it turns out that you were right. You meant it. You meant every single word. You weren't leading us on. You weren't playing a game. You weren't like everybody who's been toying with us. You were honest. You were brave. You were loyal. You were true. And I still have trouble believing. But you show this party that you can be strong. You show this party that even with the whispers of hell, you can do amazing things to protect people. You can fight. You are the first who got back the soul of the one you loved, and I don't think that was a coincidence. You got it first. And yet you still pushed on. You could have ditched us there, but you didn't. And she pauses. I remember with the mind flayers. I thought you'd been disintegrated. I think I mourned you then. But I should be mourning you now. Please, come back to us. Join our fight. And we could make it out of here. You could have a future. Please.
As Kotam touches Kael's body on both shoulders and channels the divine prayer, calling upon the last words of her rite, can I have Orakai make me a advantageous roll too? After all your contributions are complete, I shall now roll a single final resurrection check with no modifiers, just a d20. The base DC has been set, and this being Kael's first time ever dying and being brought back to life, it is reasonable. And it is also modified in many ways. It has been reduced, well, depending on what Orca rolls here. What did you roll on your dice?
29.
For each successful contribution, I have reduced the DC by 3 for a total of 9 reduction. This could have also increased because would have beat Kael or whatever, you know? But with the DC set, I shall now make my roll. As the magic is channeled. Kael, you feel your stormlight essence meld away from humanoid form and seep toward the body. The last choice here is yours. You must be willing to return. I'm just going to give you that question. Are you willing to return to life?
I'm eager to return to my friends.
Eager to continue your adventure, you return back to your body with 1 hit point. As the spell neutralizes poisons within your body if you would have been affected by them. Sort of closes your mortal wounds. It doesn't restore any long-term scars from your life. Thankfully, those still remain upon you, telling their history. But recent burns just heal away from you. And as you come back from the dead, it is a heavy ordeal upon your body. You have a -4 penalty to D20 tests. This will linger upon you for some time. Whenever you finish a long rest, this penalty will be reduced by 1 until it becomes 0. It is at -4. Now, I would ask that you put it somewhere in your sheet so you can sort of track it.
Okay.
Kael rises.
As Kael takes the first, that snap breath of life, you guys see his hand reach for his sword. Like that last moment of life when he was killed. You know what I mean? Like his conscious mind is still there for that small second. I think looks around, and I look over at Orakai as I sit up, and I ask her to come close as like I said, it's a taxing ordeal. I'm quite beaten.
Nervously biting his lip, Orakai does approach.
As soon as Orakai is within an arm's length, a powerful arm reaches out, grabs him, and pulls him into a hug. And I two or three strong pats on the back, and then I make space and I say, "Thank you for the things you said."
I
Uh,
can't.
And I'll say the same thing. I'll walk over to Isaac and embrace him as well, and kind of make around the table. I'm glad that everybody is okay. And I'll walk over to my friend Juniper, and I'll ask the group, is it okay if I carry her to the circle?
I think it's only right.
And I'll gently carry her and place her on the circle.
And as you join hands, who speaks first?
I can go. Amber is going to kind of step up, and I suppose that this place would have its own floor, but if you'll let me be kind of fudgy for a second, she is gonna kind of like use like mold earth to maybe conjure some of that like moon rock looking stuff that she does, and kind of support her like a foam mattress, like under the arch of her back as it's on the ground, and something supporting her neck, like so that she seems very comfortable where she lies. And then she'll conjure some like dancing lights that are like very warm and yellowy to try to like wash away some of the like pallid tone that she has. And she's gonna say, Juniper, it's impossible for any of us to forget that you're here because you're a mother, and your tireless search for Buck, which is not quite over yet, but is truly at the finish line. But something I've learned about you, and that we've all learned about you, is while you being a wife and a mother is a huge part of who you are, the woman you are behind all of that is the foundation that you built these relationships on. And that's the same foundation that our relationship to you has. And you're supportive and you're grounded in a way that sometimes I know I need. And you help me feel connected. And I don't know, when I like started having magic or whatever, I was like, rocks, cool, whatever. But knowing you and seeing your connection to nature, I see some of the things that nature has brought out in me and how I look and how my powers manifest. And they feel a lot more natural because I see how you connect with them. And you know as well as I do that a mother's journey doesn't stop until she gets what she wants, and we don't have it yet. So it's not time. You have more to do for your family and for your wife, but you're also doing this for yourself, and you're really close to that too, to achieving something truly wonderful. So it's just not time. It just isn't time, and I think that's evident.
That was beautiful. I'm gonna give you advantage on your check here, as the city of Toledo is playing in the background. Go ahead and make me that roll. I'm gonna cry.
I
And
think I'm just gonna roll persuasion.
yeah, sure, whatever applies.
She was kind of just yapping.
Does anybody wish to add to Amber's words? As the
Okay, I got a 19.
Yeah, visually invigorate the spell and make the connection stronger, opening that passage toward Realm of Death. And
she's also just like laying out her hair very beautifully and like brushing the dirt off of her cheeks and like really making her very presentable. But nothing that seems out of question.
We're
for
giving
her
you
style.
the Rue experience from the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
fucking
Thanks.
a hovercraft comes and picks up Juniper and he just disappears. This campaign.
It is very Rue vibe.
Yeah. Does anybody wish to add to Amber's invigorating words as the glow of the diamonds increases?
I will add, but I'll, kneel down next to Juniper and put her tiny little hand in mine, and I'll say, you were kind to me right away, and you were the first one to trust my intentions with the party, and it meant a lot to me, and we became friends, and you're the first person I ever let ride on my shoulder as we walked through swamps, and I had a lot of fun being your friend, and I look forward to more fun being your friend. That's all.
Beautiful. Simple. As you're still fighting off the ordeal of being resurrected, but you have stepped up to the plate to speak, go ahead and make your check there. And let me know what the result of which I have full confidence you'll still succeed at level 14. But as you keep on adding this, last among you wishing to add anything to the tail end of this ritual, you may aid your allies if you wish. Or let the ritual conclude.
Just is it just a straight check?
Just a straight check. You're just coming off from the ordeal of resurrection, and it, while it was very touching, I'm giving advantage in moderation. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll.
Yeah. See, you're fine. Yeah.
-4 to that.
Yeah, you're golden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
If I make everybody special, nobody's special, something. So I tend to sprinkle an advantage here or there.
No, you're okay.
But if anybody wishes to add anything to Kale and Amber's words at the tail end of this rite, now's the time to speak. Otherwise, conclude it. Okay. I shall make my final rule with a 17 on die. While the tether toward fate tightens and pulls you toward the veil of death, for the Beastlands do call for you, it is your final station. They relent their grasp upon Juniper, for now is not the time yet. And Kalamvor, in his giving nature, grants you an opportunity to finish the pages of your story, and ushers your soul back into your body as you take your first breath, away from those verdant shores and back into the awful reality of hell. But so close to your son's phylactery now. You are given purpose anew as you return to life. 1 HP and -4 penalty to your checks until you rest out of that. Juniper is back.
To kind of flavor this resurrection a little bit, you all witnessed this like spectral owl seem to like circle you and then enter Juniper's chest, and she takes like this big like strained gasp and then like rolls over and starts like coughing, like as if she like swallowed a fly.
A mayfly just like sputters on the ground like, I shall return.
She then like gets herself situated and then looks up and hugs the nearest person, which I'm gonna guess is Kyle because he was the last person to speak. Thank you, friends. I knew I could count on you.
You're welcome.
It was a hard battle, but we all came out on the end, and that's what's important.
I'm glad we had so few casualties. And then she'll like go around and give everybody else a hug.
Well, we can't forget about our other friends. We did put them in harm's way. We should bring them back too.
I will just say this: the choice is yours. But Kotam, ever neutral and a priest of death, looks upon his precious little resources and the mission at hand. He's like, ooh. I don't want to waste these.
Who are these nerds?
Yeah, who are exactly? Who doesn't know them? Like, he's like,
And will they even want to come back?
I would think so. I would at least try, or at least I'll put the money up for it to help Thalindra. Wait, right?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
We can't resurrect Thalindra. I already did, so she can't be resurrected by a spell again. It has to be
correction. Cannot be resurrected by Revivify. You use Revivify. Revivify has like a certain death should matter, right? Yeah. It's an easy solution, but it only works the once. Later resurrections have to use bigger spells. Kotam is using Raise Dead, which weakens the tether of a soul's essence to life. With each attempt, yours and Kael's has suffered this effect now, where your next resurrection will be a little bit more difficult, right? Death has meaning. Nothing's permanent. You can't just live forever. But you can attempt to resurrect Thalindra or any of them if you wish. It will just cost the party 500 gold pieces of diamonds every time. That is the only thing.
Yeah.
So
I'll put coin into that. Mm-hmm.
So we need a total of 5 to 3,000 gold total for everybody.
I think it was 2,150 because of the discount of.
Discount? What are you talking about? This is Kotam here.
Yeah, this is.
He will be replacing these. He has these diamonds now, and he will be he is asking for the gold so he can buy them again from hell, right?
Okay, that's fair.
It's a lot of money, but
yeah.
I mean, we have the option. Do you guys want to? Because it seems like we should do the right thing, but
I think that it's a nice thought, but our resources, especially in the Hells, are limited, and we have so many more layers to go. I think that their stories have ended, unfortunately.
I'll put coin to revive. Yes, to revive.
I will too.
What was your vote, Amber?
I can put some gold towards it, but I don't know. Amber will talk aloud, I think, through her thoughts. Now that everyone's alive again, she's kind of come out of like survival mode and is starting to understand the weight of the series of decisions that led them to last week, or the last 2 hours ago. And she's kind of like staring at the floor, and she's like, I feel like I convinced them to go, and then they died like immediately, gruesomely. And then I feel like I brought us together on the ground just in time for us to get like super nuked by Fiona. So the guilt in me definitely says I can spot, I'll pay for them to come back. And she looks at the professor and she says, this illogical side of me that's wondering if we bring them back here, how much more time are we really giving them? Because they would have certainly perished without us, and then they did perish with us. So, what? What do we do once we bring them back to protect them?
It's a tough choice, but I can't help but think, yes, logically you are correct. We have more hells to go through, and the troubles will never cease. And this has been a big test for us coming down all this way. And not to shame their abilities, but you're right, they would have perished no matter what. But we also did convince them, like you said, and I feel like that's some kind of responsibility and some weight on my shoulders. I mean, we saved Aragwindle, we did the right thing. I feel like that would be such a waste just to let them go. But I see your point. And he starts to look over, and we have all their bodies, and he takes the wand that he gave to Thalindra, and he kind of takes it back, and he kind of puts it into his hand like his old, self, kind of moves it around, but his body's aching. It seemed like they had a way that they were going to get out, but they just got, pinched with Cortici. They said they had some kind of escape plan, but who knows if that's even viable now. And then he kind of gives like a long pause and kind of stares down. And he says, "Baby, you are right that logically they wouldn't survive down here. Taking them with us even further would prove more difficult. And they can't jump through the plains. The Linger's staff broken too." He would look to Koatam, and seeing as though Zythan and the Hellrider and like a bunch of other people, they've been able to teleport out. I look to him, to Koatam, to see if he would be able to help, if he'd be willing to do such a thing. We give the money, but do you have a way of taking them out of the hells completely?
He thinks I could supposedly put him on a barge, storage, deliver them back onto the material plane, and perhaps in time we could seek means to resurrect them later. I myself do not see this as a priority. They mean nothing to me or to the task at hand. I have need of you, those who have survived the hells and its tests. These mortals, their time has come, as far as I see it. But he's willing to take them with him, like the barge. And
I would look to Marcella and Kayul and kind of see what they weigh as.
I told them that we were on this to get running. It's pointless, like Amber said. They were gonna perish. We convinced them to stay, because if the worst were to happen, we will bring them back. We have the means. And without Harik, Garrick, Sarixa will make more harm. He put the ship through her. And without him, we pretty much could have died at that moment. So I do not wish to let them to be waste their effort here.
Mm-hmm. Without overriding. Finish what you were going to say.
No, that they were foolish. We made a deal.
True, and without overriding anything you just said, I'm just going to roleplay Kotam as the neutral personnel he is. He just says something along the lines of, "Are we going to stop to resurrect every brigand and bandit along the way that happens to cross our path and is innocent in the eyes of the party, but has a leather destiny toward here? Is he going to have to resurrect every single one?" He just really does not seem to be on board.
Yeah, we are not resurrecting some strangers. they fought with us and died next to some of us. So, fair. And if the group do not want to contribute to it, I can bring some back at least. And they can find their own way to bring the rest of them.
Without them, we wouldn't have been able to steer the ship. We would have been doing it ourselves. We would have been weakened. We wouldn't have had as many firepower. Here in the Hells, we need every kind of good faith and gesture and will. Like I've said, we've saved Eric Windle. It means nothing if we just turn our backs on those who have helped us. We're no better then. And he'll reach into his coin purse and he'll take out 1,000 gold and at least cover half of them. Thalindra and Garrick.
As you wish, says Kotam. There was a time I could spare to resurrect here and there freely, but my powers are limited ever since I've lost a majority of them. But more on that later, I suppose. We shall proceed with these. He will attempt this. I will just do it. If you have the gold, I will resurrect them back.
Marcel, how much do you have? Or how much do you want to
2,300.
put in? How much do you want to put in though?
2,000. Yeah, like I'll put.
No, I'll cover 1,000.
Yeah, but we need 3.
I'll put in 500.
I know.
I gave
No,
them
I-
my word.
I'll put in another 500. Why not?
I'll put in 500, and then Marcella can do the last 500, and that gets us to 3, right?
We need 300?
No,
3,000 or 3,000? Now I'm confused.
3,000
know.
total for everybody.
I was
I was-
3,000 total for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we got 2,000 from Kordakai back and everything, so no one technically should have put that money back into their purse or anything yet. So that's just kind of hanging
No.
out there in the open still. So that's 2,000 right there. That can cover the party, the Helldivers, easily. And then from us, the 4 of us, so we could each put in 250 gold from me, Orakai, Marcella, and Amber, and that'll cover our 2 friends.
Fair, but Orakai did suggest to use that 2,000 on our friends.
I mean,
think it's the same
regardless, the
difference,
money
we
is
just
it's
have a
the same
bill to
difference.
pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's all going to the same person. So at the end of the day, it won't matter. And it's only 250 from our own personal pockets right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amber will do that for sure.
All right, then let's do
Mordecai
that.
will
Let's
as well.
250.
I am so confused.
The 2,000 from Kordakai that we got back after paying the money to get in to see him and everything, that 2,000 gold
Is
It's
in,
gonna go
is in
right-
somebody's inventory right now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, whoever has it.
I have it marked.
Okay.
That's going to revive the 4 party members that we took with us.
Sure.
Then the 250 out of each of our pockets, I'm going to say quote unquote the ones who survived, 250 each to make
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
1,000.
I'm back on board with you. So that happens, right? We are gonna progress, plot forward with the rite of resurrection takes place, with the 4 bodies placed in the center, one by one. Does anybody, I don't want to cut anybody's roleplay, but does anybody want to say anything? Or can I just... Okay.
Yeah, I'll as Kotam, I'll help him prepare the bodies, and I'll just say, what is, 1 second, I'm looking something up just because I don't know. And I'll just do like a common prayer to Tempest, to say, O Tempest, Lord of Battle's flame, in every war we call your name. Your sword strikes fierce, your fury grand, with blood and steel. We shake the land, as just a prayer to Tempest, because they fought honorably in battle with me, and because I don't really know them, I just know that that's what they did. So they warned a a prayer to Tempest.
All right. With the rite complete and your words spoken, the neophyte adventurers are returned back, their souls confined back into their body, and their wounds healed. Though they have bit a little bit more than they can chew, I think that this experience sorely and surely taught him a very bitter lesson. To take care in chasing rumors of the infernal powers and hidden artifacts of here, and taking into mind the various risks that would entail them. As they shake off the sickness of resurrection off of them, you can tell that they have been touched by something malevolent, as there's a very distant gaze in their eyes, as they have seen things beyond the veil, horrific things. Maybe something happened along their adventures that have bound their souls to planes that were not as graceful as the ones your souls have been delivered onto upon death. But having been returned from here, they are in very, very deep desperation to get out of this horrifying place. Thankful for what you have done, they don't have much to repay you in that regard, unless you ask for something specific that is within their means to return their thanks to you.
I know how they can repay us. They can get home safe and not come down here again.
Okay.
I'm imagining Juniper doing like the mom crossed arms hip hop.
Oh,
dance.
that's exactly what she's fucking doing.
Yeah, like Elastigirl.
She's so mad that they went in there.
Choosing to sacrifice. Yeah.
I was gonna say I would still offer Thalindra the wand so she can have something to go back and protect herself and the others for. But seeing that she's a young evoker and she's able to get her fire magic going, and kind of makes you have the fire magic that you're very good at, but it's the fire in your heart, and I see that you can be a very powerful mage, just you need more time. And here was a real test of it, and go back up top, and hone your skills and your craft, and one day you'll be one of the best. But I offer her the wand back that was taken from her, and so she can have it.
Beautiful. Having sacrificed so much material gain, stuff that might have saved your lives down the line, but choosing to be, what's the word I'm looking for, philanthropist in this, giving so much, I'm gonna give party a point of inspiration. Who wants to claim it and hold on to it? Somebody who does not already have inspiration on their sheet.
Who's like exhausted or in pain? Like Kyle and Professor, you guys kind of are down the worst. It feels like you might need it just in case.
Give it to Kyle because I get inspiration on long rests from human.
Okay. I think that makes sense to me at least.
Sure. As you claim that inspiration, sort of resisting the temptations of the hells, of selfishness, and things that have clearly touched even Kotam, a cleric of the material realm. It touched his judgment into, we don't need to help them, but you are not yet corrupted by that influence, and that will keep your flame burning on. Perhaps in time, your paths will cross with the Helldivers. But as you watch them reclaim their strength and shake off trying to wrest off the effects of the resurrection, and plan their next steps forward to try to get out of here, maybe venture forth into the plane of fire, or otherwise ascend via some more powerful magic, will find their way in time. Kotam's gaze turns toward the future. And what lies before you? What lies before you is Ateli. Do you wish to approach her now that you have that which she seeks?
Who grabbed Mordecai's head?
Mordecai.
Great. Can Juniper just grab it from you real quick?
Yep. Mordecai will give it over.
Awesome. She will very, exhaustedly carry Mordecai's head to Ateli's feet, throw it at her feet, and just say, "Give me my son back. The job is done."
You watch your party mate approach the heart of this place, the complex of the Grand Forge, where firestorms churn within that core, fed by planar energies drawn from the rift itself. Or inside the Inferno, you can see Buck's soul agonizes. Looming before this forge, before all of you, is Hatelli. Just putting my notes here. As a reminder of what she looks like, especially for you, Abby. Tall form sculpted from living flame, volcanic lightning sort of crackles around her, horns and shoulders. Her eyes burn like two twin suns. And as you, Juniper, daftly, present the head of Cortici to her, the chamber seems to grow unnaturally still. Ateli studies the severed visage in silence, then nods once, claiming, "Indeed, a bargain fulfilled. My people can finally return home, knowing their vengeance is done. As you have done your part, I shall deliver on mine." As you see runes along the furnace ignite, channels reverse as wards unwind, and with deliberate precision, Hatelli grabs forth her blade and strikes the forge's keystone. The inferno within the forge collapses inwards, its burning extinguished. At the furnace heart now, smoldering, lies a single object, blackened. Buck Applebottom's soul phylactery is this fragile glass terrarium, shaped like a perfect sphere with webbed, fine creeping cracks along its surface, like it has been halfway through shattering. Within it rests a single verdant plant that blooms in the soft emerald light, holding a soul that still refuses to wither. Tiny motes of green radiance drift within, drifting like slow breathing fireflies. And Ateli steps forward and lifts this phylactery, turns and extends the phylactery toward you, Juniper. "Take him, knowing that this step between us is ended."
She will, like, very cautiously grab Buck from Ateli's hands. She'll look down at the terrarium and then look back at the forge and say, "Are there other souls in there?"
His was sufficient, a magnificent source of rage and emotion, but we have no need for such anima anymore. Our task complete, we return home. The forge is still extinguished, no longer being used. As you see the runes cascade away from it, the energy sort of ebb away like a powering down engine. This gateway closes. Deathfleet have no more business here in Phlegethos. They can return through the rift of the fire plains without ever needing this forge again.
She'll get, like, a small smile and say, "Good, enjoy your trip." And then just walk away. Anyone else want to do anything with the telly?
Nope.
As you hold the phylactery in your grasp, the plant within still smolders with the forge's fire. It is verdant and alive and thriving, but you can tell it is about to burst and ignite at any moment, for it feels hot in your grasp, and within you feel that ever familiar sensation you felt all your life with yourself, that same familiar primal rage, that sickness within him but you tried to quell for so long, from some mysterious source, some awful moonlit nights where that rage peaked and he became quite literally an animal. But you have him. While Juniper possesses her son's phylactery, you can channel this rage. When you make your first attack on a turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee attacks and rules using strength during this turn, but attack rules against you for the remainder of the turn have advantage until your next turn. I will paste that in chat for you, just so you can have it as a feature, as that is what you get from the phylactery while your son's rage still lives. Okay.
She'll run her fingers across the terrarium and say, "Rest now, child. Mom's here."
Within the bastion of Ateli's sanctuary, you are granted respite. Wounded bodies attended, armor is mended. If you choose, you may even rest here, if you need a long rest, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we need it.
We do, indeed.
I'm gonna fucking die.
If Isaac says absolutely like that aloud, Amber will look at Hatelli and be like, that is literally the most animated he's spoken in like 12 hours. So I think we'll take you up on that.
Excellent. You guys can go ahead and roll any of the dice that you need for hit dice and refresh your features. Remember, guys, that as of last session we did level up, so
Yeah.
I imagine everybody has taken care of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually
Is this
haven't.
one-
I completely forgot. I'm sorry. I'll do that real fast. It's really
Oh no, the fighter did not forgot to add a level to his sheet. I guess session is cancelled.
Level 8 spells, boys.
Yeah.
Anything very cool?
Lucky.
I can only learn one, so it's cool.
But during the rest, like I'll pass the amulet of fear not to the professor, so we can do this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, before going, we did mention it because I thought we were gonna be moving from the battle site, like a ways down, and we were
Yeah, you can
staying in the
identify
tent,
it.
but instead we hiked it. So yeah, I would identify it.
So, fucking artifacts, man. They're a mouthful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this into your Discord. You can read it as everybody's
Yeah.
resting, and then I want you to just tell the party what you find in your own words, if you so choose, or you can, say "my precious" and keep it hidden from everybody. But this is information privy to you as you cast identify on it.
I do like my magic stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
holy
it's not as bad as
shit.
it's not as bad as the other one because goddamn there was paragraphs.
Yeah, artifacts, man.
Scroll hits the floor.
Yeah, that's literally how the book of oh my god, I don't know my own items.
Mammon.
Yeah, Mammon's book.
Yeah.
The accounting and valuation of all things there.
hmm Mind you,
Alright,
you will see that your identify spell does not reveal everything about this item.
Yeah.
That such details will be revealed upon attunement to the item for
Oh,
roleplay
God.
sake.
Hee hee hee.
If you can choose to attune to an item worn by an archfiend, that's on you.
You just look so hot in it. I feel like
She
you want to look
did.
hot too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how
I've
you
seen
get
some good stuff.
corrupted.
Yeah.
And I shall, take your time. This is your long rest, guys. Watches are not necessary, but if you want to talk to between party members, now is the perfect time to have some campfire time while we let the professor, concentrate on identifying this artifact, and you watch his jaw drop slowly as he continues doing that. Otherwise, I'll continue narration whenever you guys are ready.
The professor and Kyle are doing what they need to do. Juniper would like to approach Orakai and say, I noticed you didn't say much during my resurrection ritual. I would like to clarify if I've hurt you in any way. I genuinely did not mean to, and I would like our relationship to grow strong.
You left me.
I left you. When?
Only Amber came back for me, and only Isaac apologized with the mind flayers for leaving me there. And then you let me fall. I trusted you to catch me.
And I attempted to catch you, I just missed. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you would take those things so hard. I should have thought more about my actions. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to try something as a token of goodwill, if you will allow it.
What are you wanting to try? Orakai says as she's fidgeting with her amulet.
I've noticed that you seem very wary of the party who have been attempting very hard to form good bonds with you, and I've noticed that you're very wary. I would like to put an end to some of those worries, or at least try to. I would like to cast Heal on. You may feel a lot of euphoria as a result.
Ooh.
It sounds like you're trying to push drugs on my character.
It's a little meth. Don't worry about it.
Give me the further drug
Just a little bit of a weed.
Juniper's like, hey, Orkai, you need to chill. I packed this joint for you.
No, literally.
and saying, I've let the party make bonds. I recognized that I was wrong about Kyle, and Amber, she's never betrayed me, they say, getting a little defensive.
I'm aware that you may not see it. We are often blind to our own flaws. I mean, that's kind of how my son even got here. I was very not on purpose, but my actions did lead him on this path, being his mother and all, and I'm here to right that wrong, and I'm talking to you now to right any wrongs that we may have said in the past.
Switching from fidgeting with the amulet to switching with the hairpin, Orakai does make eye contact with Juniper. Do not blame yourself for your son's actions. He's lucky that he has a mother who would actually come for him. It's not your fault that he ended up here.
To some extent, a parent is to blame for their child's actions. You know that psychopathy has a genetic component, but it doesn't manifest until parental abuse, usually, or abuse in some way.
You fucking nerd. Using your degree. Go on.
But you see what I'm saying? It's to some extent a parent's fault, the child's actions, and I'm doing my best to right that.
You may see it that way, but I can't. If I see it that way, I have to believe that my parents made Naris who they were. They were kind, they were good. Our parents weren't. So he's lucky. He's lucky that his parents would come and find him.
I simply want to help you, like, get over your worries with the party, and with me as well. I'm trying to keep this party in one piece. I mean, that's kind of how I died in the first place. By, like, getting Cortikai to focus on me so the rest of you could take him down.
I did notice you did not leave then. I told you I was still there, invisible, and you did not leave. For that, you may try. Although I think your thing will do nothing. Because I am totally fine, I think. And she looks a
No, I
little
know
hesitant
you're
at the
fine.
other.
I just, like, I want to, like, make you feel like you can, like, trust me, and, like, that you can, like, depend on me if you need to. So, like, that's what this is, really.
Yeah, that's your ploy for drug pushing. Magical drug pushing. Orakai will say, as I said, You didn't leave with Korotkai. You could have. You could have fucked right off and left me there. But you didn't leave me or Amber or Isaac. And if not for me, I'm glad that you didn't leave them. So you may try.
Wonderful. She'll take both your hands in hers and begin to like under her breath kind of like chant this little like healing prayer and cast heal on you for 70 healing, and see what that does. I'll expend the spell slot.
A weight borne upon your shoulders, Orkai, falls off at the spell's completion as the corruption is cleansed away from your body. To do this, though, to complete this, actually, no. I'm gonna remain silent. You feel that weight of corruption alleviate off you. Questions?
And does that end her my precious bond with the amulet?
No. It does not it does not remove the curse regarding the cursed item. It does not cleanse the item. It just cleanses your body. That makes sense? You are still wearing the corrupting item. I don't want to be too telling. Do you? I will stop. I will stop being coy. If you want to get rid of this amulet, you need to unattune from it. You need to get it off you, right? But the heal spell rinses off the corruption, flushes it out.
Yes,
Which,
what I'm what I'm asking, because my amulet specifically had a line of "You do not want to part with the amulet."
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I'm asking.
So for the sake of clarity, let's separate away what the magic item description is. That is separate, and what infernal corruption is. Infernal corruption gone, evaporated with a heal spell. Anything to do with what the item says in its description is still present because you're still wearing it. Without being coy, what that means, if your character's still wearing this and you're going to spend time with it, your corruption is going to return because you're still wearing a corrupting item, right? You're just back to stage 1.
Okay.
But as of now, as of this fresh cleanse, depending on what you guys do from here, your infernal corruption evaporated away.
So the whispers are gone?
Yeah.
So Orakai will stare at Juniper. The whispers. They've stopped.
How do you feel?
Surprisingly better.
Good to know.
Can I hear them talk?
Okay, you're present.
Yeah.
Okay. When
You can
she
jump in
says,
whenever.
like, when she looks at you and says, the whispers have stopped, I will kind of snap up and look at him and say, you could hear the whispers too?
That's why I thought you'd betray me. They told me that you were going to sacrifice myself as the first party member, then Isaac, then Amber. So that you and Juniper would make it to the end.
They tell me still that Juniper thinks I'm stupid. Isaac wants me dead. And Amber wants to turn into a wolf and eat my corpse.
Ew, okay, everybody circle up. Hold on a second. If you're hearing whispers,
Juniper looks
say
like kind of
something.
offended when you said that she thought that you were dumb. No, never.
We're sitting in a circle, crisscross applesauce. We're holding hands whether we like it or not. We're looking each other in the eyes. And we're saying that we love each other. Dang it. Because at this point, it's freaking true. We just hauled your silly bodies, like, all the way across this spicy desert or whatever the heck to get you back. And I almost cried a couple of times. I haven't cried in a long time, so I'm not trying to start doing that. But, like, what the heck? I love you guys. And I don't want to turn to a wolf and eat you all because that's gross. And I have control. It's not like that.
And that gets the first genuine laugh from Mordecai. And
I know that those whispers are a lie, but I hear them all day. I dream. Sometimes I'm dreaming that I'm a powerful something dark, and I feel powerful and strong, and I'm slaying fields of men. Sometimes they're men dressed in light, and they fall beneath my feet like wheat under a scythe. And then sometimes I dream horrible dreams. Really, they started shortly after I put on the armor, and I thought that taking the armor off would make them go away, but they haven't, and they've gotten worse. And I feel tired now when I wake up, and I feel
weak.
Not as strong. Yeah, weak. Perfect. I think
Juniper like puts her one hand on her chest and one hand on like your shoulder as high as she can get it. And she just says, I had no idea you were suffering like this. Would you like those whispers gone as well?
I would really like that, my friend.
Of course! Oh my god, why didn't you say something sooner? And then she'll do the same thing that she did with Orakai for Kyle and expend another spell slot for heal.
All that power turned to ash as the nightmares fade away from your waking mind, and Kyle's corruption evaporates away. All that corruption away, all that promise of becoming something greater also goes away.
How do you feel?
Oh, go ahead.
I just feel lighter.
Wonderful! And she'll give you a big hug.
And I will give her a giant squeezy hug. A little bit too much squeeze.
Juniper, you die again. I'm just kidding.
Juniper dies again.
Still at 1 HP.
Mechanically, Amber's Kumbaya moment is gonna be her inspiring leader for the day, if that's okay. So now that we've leveled up, it's 18 temporary HP.
Sounds excellent.
I'm sorry, it's actually much more than that. It's 20 temp HP. My level plus my charisma.
Having cleansed away the corruption, you don't take that D12 I rolled.
Okay. And then mechanic, does the heal bring me to my max hit points, or?
Remind me what happened to your hit points. It's been sessions.
So I was taking hit point damage
from
the D12 every day, and I was adding that up. So I'm not including this one. I was down 33 hit points.
I have an answer for this. I'm just looking it up right now.
Okay.
It can be healed, like it said that we could heal it if we use some spells.
Yeah, so... Do you have remove curse?
I believe that's...
Marcella does.
Marcel, you are, having grown up as a hag daughter, know that something still clings to Kyle. It is not the corruption, but it is that weakness, that the effects of it still linger. Technically speaking, I'll just stop being coy. The D12 damage cannot be healed until you dispel evil, good, or remove curse on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I still have that too. Good to know.
Would you be able to help me out with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll help you in the kumbaya moment when Amber is making us hold hand. I'll do that.
I usually don't like telling guys all the solutions, all that. I just really want to move on to Stygia.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
As you like sort of recuperate your strength, having recovered a little, you gather yourselves for what lies ahead. When you become ready, actually, before I narrate that, did you, Nick, did you want to present for the item you have?
Yeah, hearing everything, and I still take it all in, but trying to concentrate on such a magnificent piece of magic here. He looks around and he has his glasses on, and he brings it down to like the bridge of his nose, and he says, "I'm glad that we were all able to be back at 100%. We're going to need it moving forward, but truly, I am. It's glad to have you all back in mind, body, and spirit. But looking over this, obviously this came from an archduchess down here, so it is packed full of power, but maybe some drawbacks here. We're on Pelagathos, and obviously the fires are all around us here, so you can imagine that this is kind of in tune with that." And he looks to Orakai and Amber, but I guess also Juniper too, because I'm not really too sure if you have anything. Would you happen to personally have like anything, in the arcane arts of, fire magic? Any of you?
Yeah,
Yes, a
absolutely.
lot.
Probably less than them, but a little.
Well, kind of looking through this and, deciphering it and looking a little bit more into it on what it has, you'll be able to conjure, I know, at least once, maybe more times, a day, a great firestorm that could sweep through the plains. That might be something beneficial, for someone. But like I said, calling upon it once, definitely you're able to do. To require it again, it's going to take a bit of finessing. You really got to capture onto the arcane essence that lies inside. But if you personally have use of fire magic, well, this will only enhance it and kind of transform it into more of a hellfire. And with where we're going, Stygia could be a great boon for any fire user. Not that it has other properties, not than just fire, but this also lights a fire in your heart. I can see why Fierna was so tough. As long as your heart is still beating, it'll still continue, and you'll be able to gain that vigor in your life. And kind of explaining it, this gives you get to regain 1d6 hit points at the start of your turn if you have at least one hit point. So you're always going to be getting health if you're low. And what I said about the Firestorm, it says while you're tuned to the artifact, you can use an action to cast Firestorm, which is a 7th level spell. After you cast the spell, you roll a d6. On a 1 to a 5, you can't cast it again until the next dawn. But if you roll a 6, you call upon the arcane, that's in it, and you can do Firestorm again. And he also touches on, we always kind of joke about it, people in the material plane, they run so fast they burn their shoes off or something, but well, I mean, this quite literally could. You'll move a little bit faster with a little bit of those hellfire under your feet. This will also increase your speed by 10 feet as well. Any magical flames created by you creates hellfire. You'll be able to do a lot more fire, attacking someone with this, you know, doing double damage, past vulnerabilities, and some other stuff. While tuned to the fire, you can also. Oh, and for any of you too, it would be a great boon. Obviously, it's going to be burning warm with you when you're attuned to it. You'll be, you know, a natural resistance to the cold and everything else that's out there, and the ability to breathe underwater if needed. But I must say this though. I cannot put my wrap my hands, you know, around it or my head around it. Excuse me.
It is as if another spellcaster made this artifact, and you don't recognize certain sigils. They don't know their purpose. They have served Fianna on purpose, but nothing you've ever studied cannot keep.
There's, yeah, explaining that. It's hard to trace who had made such a thing and what they put into it, though, but I must remind you that anyone who does decide to use this, there are great boons to this, and I've shown that with the Book of Mammon that I have. But even I am even drawn to its darker side at times. I can't put my finger on it, and I won't know, or until at least maybe one of you know, but something does lie within inside this. But it's hard to say. So.
Well, Amber, rock, paper, scissors for it?
Sure.
The professor is just like upset. He's like, I just described this wonderful, amazing item. You guys are rock, paper, scissoring over. Like, appreciate the value of it. It's so majestic.
It is
really
valuable. That's
valuable.
why we're deciding who gets it with rock, paper, scissors. How do you not follow?
So that's
He's just
fair.
like, yeah. He's just like, I'm a logical man, but go ahead.
Well, Orkai, do you
Kyle,
have interest in it? Or
strangely, listening to this impressive description of the power of this artifact, having just been healed from another powerful artifact, I will encourage caution, because it seems that powerful things down in the hells extract a steep price. And me and Orkai can both give testimony to the blackness that these things might bring you.
Yeah, the cost could definitely be great. I think, at least for what lies ahead, we know that the warmth at least would aid one of us.
Yeah, I hear you, Kyle. I think that this is also a different situation than you in the armor, because the armor we didn't find on someone that was like really hard to kill. Like, I think it's a different situation, but absolutely we'll be cautious with it. Like, it's an infernal item, yeah.
What's the worst that can happen, Kotam?
You know, Kotam, you know.
The whispers may turn you against us, as they did me.
Nothing could ever turn me against you guys. You guys are awesome.
Fast forward like an hour from now, she's murdering
I
us
hate
after she attunes to it. Yeah, she's like, I'm Fiona now. I
She's,
am the
like,
powerful
in, like,
one.
bear form, just like ripping y'all apart.
Yeah.
Consuming your
Amber
flesh
wolfs
did
out.
seem like a good idea.
He'll just he just reminds everyone, like, whoever takes it takes it. Like, I have the Book of Mammon, and it's pretty dark in some spots, and it's hard to resist it. But remember, this does come from an archduchess who. This is pure speculation at this point. I'm just gonna say that there might be something, you know, maybe tied with Belial too, like with it. I don't know. So who really knows?
It's
Anyway, do you want to just roll a d20 and see who rolls higher?
Well, Orakai, do you have interest in it?
I do, but also I have interest in other items if you guys want to switch. And then there is my amulet, which I do want, but also I think it's the reason for the whispers. I'm very certain it's the reason for the whispers.
Do you
I
want
did
to
remove course
detach
for
from
you
it?
on Kyle. So
So what did you say, Ivan? Sorry?
that remove course, it's on you and Kyle.
Oh, I thought it was just on Kyle. Okay, thank you. So
Rolly, rolly.
Okay.
10.
It's like rolling need in World of Warcraft.
I got to.
It's Amber's.
Oh God. I'm scared.
Do you want it? Like, you don't. Nobody's forcing you to wear
No,
it.
I want it. I
Okay.
want it. It was so beautiful. On that alone, she yearned for it.
Cool.
Your vanity disgusts me,
Amber.
Amber.
I know. It's probably my worst thing.
But honestly, slay.
It's really cute.
I or Tom can give you the post for it, or we can just.
It's
put it
in the
into-
wiki right now.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
I did edit the entry for the Amulet of the Inferno, is what it's called, with the full details of what it does. I just want to give Isaac an opportunity to sort of explain it.
So I hand it over with great care, and he kind of, he gives it to you. He looks you in the eyes, and it's kind of like one of those things like great power, great responsibility, but tied to the Archduchess. So please be careful. But he trusts you. He knows you can handle your magic. But he hands it over, and he just kind of keeps like a little bit of an eye on it, and kind of see if it reacts to you or anything too.
Are we attuning?
Yeah, well, as a part of that, or I suppose like over
Oops.
the rest, Amber would have returned the blood vial back to Orakai and said, just like, I don't know, it felt weird to be carrying around like a sloshing thing full of blood, to be honest with you, because it was just weird. I didn't like it. It kind of gave me the ick. So I just wanted to offer it back to you and like, I don't know. It was fun to have for the time I had it, but it seems like yours.
I'm glad that it could protect you. And it seems you're getting something better to protect you now. Just do be careful. I
I'll
know
try.
what my blood vial does. I don't know what that does.
I'll do
So-
my best.
The ever-burning property is crazy. Any magical flames you conjure can't be extinguished through any means and can exude any temperature.
A million.
Well, that could make one of the wild magic rolls disastrous. It's probably a good thing that she doesn't
Oh my
have it.
God. That would have been
Is there-
crazy.
Last session, for a minute, if she touched anything, boom!
So, this is just a question. Like, if they were outside, if they were in Waterdeep and they cast a firebolt, the whole city would burn down because the flames could not be put out?
Yeah. Don't cast hellfire on what you don't want to destroy with hellfire. Yeah.
Maybe it's better to have not like I have maybe 3 fiery spells. It's better
Throw a
to choose
fireball.
carefully. Yeah, I don't have
Does-
fireball.
It does let you
Well, I
cast firebolt and produce flame if you don't have the ability to
Okay.
cast it, which is pretty cool.
This artifact was born in the Hells. It was used by archdevils, like Fiona specifically, It was not meant to be brought up to the water deep and be cast at, wooden crates. But,
Funny.
now you have it.
Now you have it. And it's beautiful. It looks beautiful on you.
Are we attuning to this item then, Amber?
Yeah, I am. I'm assuming it's not in roll 20, so I was kind of.
It's not in roll 20, absolutely not. I keep everything to Discord because most of what I write is from my notes.
Yeah, that's fine. I just like to have it as a reminder of what I can do.
Sure. I think if you, I don't know how you can do it on your sheet, but if you can find some sort of spell focus that is a +3 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack, you can flavor it around that, because that's the core of this. That's the kernel.
Funny, it's just like the vial I just gave away.
Yeah, so you can literally keep the vial, but just like rephrase it with a whole bunch of other benefits, change the rarity if you really want to have it that way. As long as she's accurate, add the spells it gives you and all that. Obviously, it's the Firestorm is, as the professor said, it's on a recharge. You have to roll a 6 to recharge it. Otherwise, you can't cast it until you next day. The regeneration. While tuned to the artifact, you have a walking speed that is increased by 10. And the artifact does have 2 secret detrimental properties, which I shall reveal upon your attunement to it.
Okay.
These are just elements of it that are not identifiable till you attune to it, because they affect every person randomly. I'm literally rolling a die to see what it does to you. And what it does to you is... Okay, one at a time here, because I have 2 of these. Okay. For as long as you're attuned to this artifact, with all the awesome benefits it invokes upon you, it makes you into a frail glass cannon. You have vulnerability to all damage. So make sure you are defended in the backline as you're shooting your fireballs and firestorms and all that. Make sure that you take care not to shatter yourself. Okay? The second one I rolled is when you become attuned to this artifact, you gain a form of long-term madness. See chapter 8 of the Dungeon Master, which I'm gonna roll right now as a D100. I'm gonna roll that.
Oh, regret. I hadn't taken much Infernal yet.
It's 3.
Regret.
One of the lower ones.
Well, Orpha and Kyle did warn her.
I know.
You attune to this artifact of Fierna, feeling her grace and beauty invoke upon yourself, and feel compelled to repeat a specific activity over and over, such as washing hands, touching things, praying, or counting coins. You get a... You get OCD. I don't know. Let's agree on something that happens. What does that entail for you? What sort of activity you're compelled to do over and over again? Make it funny. It doesn't have to be like super serious. But
I'm thinking that she would have. Fuck! It would be so bad for her, but it would make sense. I know it's a curse.
I mean,
I think that she would.
Yeah.
Have like a trichotillomania type thing where she is pulling out her arm hair. It's like when you're addicted to pulling out your hair. Like a lot of people do it like on their scalp, like they play with their hair so much and they enjoy the feeling of plucking out hairs
I hate
compulsively.
That. I hate that.
But I think for her it would be like her like body hair, because that's like a thick part of her.
Okay.
Like something that sets her apart from the average elf.
Okay. So that's gonna last for 80 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's just the
She's
initial
just shedding, basically.
the initial shock of attuning to this item. You are not meant to hold this. This was not a gift to you. Whatever warlock crafted it did not mean for you to have it, and so he has crafted certain trappings within it to have you go, ew, I don't want this, and like take it off you. But if you suffer these effects for 80 hours, you should be fine. So that's that. Check it down on the sheet, please. Otherwise, it acts as it's written with all those awesome benefits.
Crazy. The glass cannon is tough.
That is not going away. That is as long as you're attuned to it.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry, I had missed that.
I'm vulnerable to all damage.
As long as that's one of the hidden major detrimental parts of the attuned to artifacts. Risk and reward.
Well, how does that?
Mm-hmm.
How does that interact with the artifact's resistance?
They cancel out.
Okay.
That's all. If you are both vulnerable and resistant, then I feel like you just cancel it out. To what, fire? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Fire.
take normal then.
Mm-hmm.
Orca, you were saying that you were looking for something as well, or to trade with our spoils of war. What was it that you were looking for?
Mordecai was just making it known that she's willing.
If you're willing, excuse me. Isaac said he expressed interest if you didn't want the invisibility cloak, since you do a lot of good hiding yourself. But as far as a trade, he would only be able to offer up the, his chronolometer, if you're interested in that, or any of the spoils that we have, or the Robostars that he has too, that he's currently wearing.
Mordecai's okay keeping slots empty for now. But what does the chronolometer do? Out of curiosity.
That's his own little personal thing that I came into the, excuse me, the campaign in. I can put it in the Discord.
Do you remember when Mordecai tried to hit Isaac with like a bolt or something, and he it should have hit him, but he dodged it? That's what it does basically.
But
It gives you second chance.
Not really. Not really. Like that's.
I think that's something tied to. I think that's something tied to his class features.
Is it?
I'm pretty
Yeah, I thought
sure.
that was his class feature.
That's him converting features. Yeah.
Oh, that's a different thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Never mind then. I'm done.
I'm gonna send it to you through DMs, Abby, and then that way.
Okay.
But it basically it gives you two options. I use it because for the time flavor and time space continuum and all that stuff. But one of it gives you at the start of your turn, one time a day, you roll a d6. On a 1 to a 3, you get an extra action. Or on a 4 to a 6, you basically get to re-roll a failed save. That's kind of in that. And there's also another thing that you can use once a day as a reaction. When a creature you see within 30 feet of you takes damage, that creature gains an additional action if it's that creature's turn or takes the action immediately. So, if you see Kyle get hit with an attack, you could use your reaction and allow him to immediately take a follow-up retaliatory action or something, or anyone, but it's up to you if you want that.
That's super cool, but I don't want to take your best item.
It's not so much my best, but I mean it's just his flavor thing. But I can wear 2 capes or whatever. It just looks weird. But
Mordecai's got her blood vial back, so she's a lot more in a better place.
Yeah, we have I don't think anyone's ever worn it or anything, but we actually do have a lot of magic items that were just kind of hanging out. But we also have that where's it at? The trophy pelt. There's a couple other things that are in there.
Yeah, we have the amulet of betrayer and this the ball of greed.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The trophy belt was given away, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
not remember.
95%. I'm 95% sure. Certain. You should remember. It's your see your inventories, guys.
Yeah, Matt.
I'm pretty sure.
Got it.
I can double check my notes in 2 seconds here, but
yeah.
95%.
But can we also take it out of this list though too, because it's conflicting.
Out of what list?
The list on in Roll20 under items.
In Roll20.
I'll put X on it on Discord. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are still using Roll20 to track items. That's weird. Okay. I'm using purely Discord. I don't ever use Roll20.
I use both, but if I'm in Roll20 and I'm looking at the items and everything, sometimes it's just easy to.
100%. I just don't update that since session 5, and it's session 22, so that's useless. For example, you have the Fan of Flesh Warp, which I'm pretty certain that half the party forgot what it even is, because I don't.
Yeah, we got rid of that.
Yeah.
Orishada, never.
Yeah.
Never.
We got.
I know we got rid of the. Yeah, we got rid of the horn, or both horns.
Anyway,
too.
yeah, okay. Sounds good.
But
I thought
mean,
Kyle had one of the horns.
Another horn. Unicorn horn.
no, the unicorn horn
Oh,
is
the grenade.
gone.
Okay.
Because I had the unicorn horn. That's gone for sure. I know it.
Yes,
Hey,
I
guys,
remember. I cracked that as uh-oh.
are you guys exchanging?
So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, do you want to at least give up the cloak or anything? And like, I'm willing to trade whatever, other than the Book of Mammon that I'm gonna hold. But
yeah, Orakai got that for you specifically with the song. She's not gonna take that.
so do you still want to hold on to it, or do you just want to, I'll take the cloak and I'll just hold on to it and I'll attune to it? And do you want one of my items, or do you just want to have an open attunement slot for anything else that might come?
I'm good either way. Do you want the cloak? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I could use the cloak. It's just up to
Okay.
you.
I can use it too, but I can see how it's more helpful, even though that's my fighting style, but it's also good for Mr. Glass Cannon.
Yeah, it's up to you. That
I'm
if
good
you're
either.
okay.
I'm happy either way. That's why I'm mentioning it. I just didn't want to lose all the good items and
No,
be
you're
in
good.
this situation. And that's why I was like, I wanted either the cloak or the blood vial. I've got the blood vial, so the cloak's free.
Okay. Then I'll take that. I'll unattune from one of my items. And then if you need something, or if you need money in the future, if we make any other kind of deals, the professor will remember that and he'll help you.
So remember that.
Okay, let me fuck around with my inventory, but I'm good.
Okay, anybody else exchanging any items, or shall we sail forth? 3, 2,
They're
1.
out.
As I said, having recovered a little, you gather yourself for what lies ahead, and when you're finally ready, Kotam gathers you near one of the glowing basal terraces, like sort of overlooking the lava channels, and says, "My barge awaits us in the Styx-side docks of Abrimok, as I need to resupply and prepare for our journey to Stygia. Abrimok is the only true city in Flegothos, but it is a perilous place." He describes it as you would listen. It is regarded as one of the finest cities of much of the Devil community. In addition to containing the Diabolical Court, which is the only official judicial system in the Nine Hells, the city holds avenues for exploring every sin imaginable. Its streets are these magma canals navigated by barges which lead to numerous shops, taverns, brothels, casinos, theaters, and other pleasurable establishments. He goes on to say, "Devils from every lair pass through it, and outsiders are not welcome. I intend to don a disguise and covertly acquire my share of supplies, and advise you do the same should you wish to join me. Alternatively, should you wish for a safe way, you may call upon the service of Scython. As I recall, last we spoke with him, he agreed to meet us en route to Stygia once we venture out."
I'm certain. Bethison?
Zythan the patron? That's who we're talking about.
Of the Conclave of Halurua, yes.
Yeah, Ivan seemed like he was questioning something?
That was it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that that we were covering the issue. Okay, cool. Mordecai will say, Zythan might have supplies, but also I could cast semen if anybody wants.
Seeming
Yes,
might be a
does
good
he-
idea.
on the group. Yeah, let's do that.
Mordecai will mention, just a fair warning. Some people can see through this, so it's not foolproof.
So what is our course?
I say we go with Kotam to the city to help him restock. Under
Yeah.
the guise of seeming, because we did just kill the archdevil that runs this whole hell. We might be on the lookout.
I don't think we want to be us right now. But what do you guys want to look like then?
It is day's journey to the city. We shall set out and decide on the way. By your lead. If you wish to discuss what disguise, you can do that along the way, but it is several days' journey across the plains of Phlegethos as you would trek across, unless you wish to somehow change your speed.
I don't have the slot for Windwalk right now because I used it for heal.
Fair enough. Okay, so that would be several days of journey. By the time you guys reach the outskirts of Abermoch on the ledges of the river Styx, the party, exhausted from day's journey, you start the day with 25 fire damage worth upon yourselves. Unless you can somehow reduce it.
Don't forget your 50 temp. Or,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
50.
20 temp. 20 temp. I
No,
took
she-
50 damage.
She meant
That's
50.
it,
She
double.
meant 50.
No, I'm taking 50 damage. But it's 20 temp HP. Oh.
No, Amber. Carrie, you're getting resistance and vulnerability.
Yeah.
It will be like plain damage.
Vulnerability and
Oh,
resistance cancel
sorry,
each
I
other
had that
out.
as cold.
Is it cold?
It looks like it's only cold damage.
Flame of the Inferno grants resistance to cold damage
Thanks.
and the ability to breathe underwater.
There you go.
I'm so honest.
Yeah. No.
I'm resistant. Yeah, for sure.
I was. That's how I designed the item. I was like, it's a heating item with hellfire. It should have you resistance to cold damage because it heats you up. Anyways, as you then start your day with the heat stroke of Phlegethos ever present, from afar you see it. Abermoch rises like a forged blade thrust into a sea of fire, a jewel of civilization set deep within the burning flesh of hell itself. From this distance you see the city squats on the blade's edge of a vast island of blackened stone, encircled by slow-moving rivers of molten lava. Jagged walls of obsidian and iron ring the perimeter, their surfaces sort of etched with infernal runes that pulse faintly in the heat. Within these walls, countless spires claw upwards, needle-thin towers of brass basalt, packed so tightly they resemble a forest of spears. Each one burns with its infernal light, windows and balconies glowing like embers in a smoldering hearth. Smoke coils endlessly above the rooftops, forming this dark crown around the tallest citadels. Along the Styx edge, docks and piers jut out like hooked talons, crowded with barges and infernal vessels drifting between flame and shadow. Even at this distance, Abermoch feels alive with appetite. Do you wish to approach the docks disguised?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell Mordecai what you want to be, and we'll stay within 30. And you need to be within 30 feet for the casting, but then you're good.
I'm going to be a human male.
Blonde, blue eyes.
Very exotic.
And a smaller one too, not a big human.
I had a
Although,
You only got a foot to move with.
yeah.
oh, it's gonna be a big fucking human. If I can only go down a foot, I might as well be like some kind of bugbear or something that's very large.
Sounds good.
'Cause-
Just as a reminder, because I will say the obvious shit that your players have been fed merely a few in-game days ago, and immediately a few moments ago. The reason for seeming is to disguise yourself so you don't seem like outsiders. Do you want to go as a bugbear?
Actually, no. Make me look like a demon of the hells, like a lesser demon or something like that. Would that be better, you think, guys?
You need the same
Yes.
arrangement of limbs.
It's doable.
Yeah, like
yeah.
yeah, just like a some kind of humanoid shaped demon.
Yeah, more infernal version of yourselves. Is that what we were going here with this spell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a demon. I'm sorry, a devil.
Yeah.
Not a demon. 'Cause that would be
Let's
bad.
not be demons.
Yeah.
Just because Orakai can speak abyssal doesn't mean we should all pretend to be the enemy.
Right. Yeah.
Does anybody deviate from general fiendish version of yourself moving on, or does anybody want to flavor something special with the seeming and take advantage of it?
I think Amber's would be kind of tiefling-esque. She does still have her whip tail from like the OG Chaos Pit day, so that can kind of shape into something. So she's got maybe like maroonish skin, and maybe like her hair is shaped into horns since she doesn't actually have horns of her own.
As Orikai's trickery spells takes effect, the guy's quite convincing. You wish to follow Kotam. He approaches the closer of the docks here. You see devils in silks and armor crowd appears, and there, moored among them, waits Kotam's familiar barge. Its sails are sort of furled, and the gangplank is lowered. Tiax stands upon the dock, arms crossed, sort of scanning every approaching craft with barely contained impatience. Having reunited with the barge and crew, and Kotam giving a sign to Tiax that that it is indeed him in disguise. You note that Tiax is not disguised; he's very much himself in his surrounding. On that note, unless you guys wish to do anything specific here, is there anything you guys wish to get from the city while you're here?
Warm clothes for sure.
Warm clothes?
At least for the others.
We can start with that.
I'm good, I guess, but
Sure. We can definitely start with that. Anybody wishing to tag along with Amber, seeking warm clothes and stuff, you would be able to maneuver with Kotam as your guide through the city, and you would find tucked into like a narrow side canal of molten stone stands this tall, angular storefront of pale blue steel. There's a sign forged from like rime-coated metal, and it reads in curling infernal script that Kotam translates as the Mantles of the Eighth is the name of the store. Cold spills from its doorway as actual frost seems to creep along the surrounding stone, hissing where it meets heat, forming this halo of steam around the entrance. And should you brave following Kotam inside, you will see that the air here is unnatural chill inside. The walls are lined with racks of fur, leather, and layered scale hide. All dyed in these deep blacks, silvers, glacial blues. There are cloaks and parkas, boots lined with wool, gloves bristled with tiny hooks and clasps for climbing icy sheets and frozen spires. Everything here is made to survive icy wastelands and to look impressive looking, doing so, that is. Behind the counter stands the proprietor. How about I show you what he looks like? The proprietor is...
Peggy.
Yeah, you got it. 12... No, it's not... Abby, it's not Peggy. They're just being confusing for no reason. 12 feet of rigid chitinous elegance clad in tailored armor of polished frost metal and velvet line plates. This creature's long spiked tails of coils neatly behind it. Clawed hands rest atop a ledger of frozen parchment. Facet eyes, like that of a fly, glimmer with cold, calculating intelligence as its slender antenna twitch faintly as you guys enter. its mandibles part in something resembling a smile as it says, "Welcome, prospective victims of the cold." It intones in this perfectly measured infernal tongue. The shopkeeper gestures to the goods around the shop, which cater equally to vanity and necessity. On elevated displays, you see tailored cloaks trimmed with hellhound fur, noble coats lined with silk, mantles, and scarves stitched from Remura's scales. Each piece is exquisite and ruinously expensive. But in the shadowed rear of the shop, the tone changes. They're piled on iron racks are rough, mismatched garments, crude coats of mammoth fur, patchwork leggings of smoked hide, hoods strung with carved walrus tusks, all stitched with bone needles and sinew thread. Tribal gear that, judging by the aged bloodstains, looks like it's been looted off corpses and is now being resold. Each bundle is tagged with a simple slate marking their price at 10 gold pieces each. As the shopkeeper says merely, "Waste is inefficient. These two are functional." Yep.
Amber will start browsing through the racks, knowing that she doesn't need anything, but looking for something that would look cute on Orakai or look nice on the professor, if anything stands out.
I'll go and pick through the heap of clothes in the back, find something that fits. Coat, pants, full set of warm clothes. Do the boot? I have the boots with the fur, so my feet should be good.
And they seem to fit, both being made from animal flesh, different heights, but still. As you sort of measure the stuff on you, you can smell the very distinct smell of, what is that word for whale fat that they make perfume out of?
Blubber.
It's not blubber. Blubber's used.
Ambergris is what
ambergris.
they make that out of.
Blubber's
it's not
used
whale
for.
fat, it's yucky. It's barf, whale barf.
Yeah, it's that smell. It's very sweet scented, perfumey smell, but definitely it came from the inside of an animal. Whoever wore this before was a whale hunter of some sort.
Ah, cool. Well, yeah, I will pick up a set of that.
Shopkeeper just says, "Kuluak fashion is so last season."
So true, but I can't hate on a bargain.
That piece you wear, though. Oh, I'd pay a pretty penny for that. He points toward Amber's artifact.
She runs her long tieflingy nails over it and goes, "Not for sale, think so."
Just continues chittering, watching you guys as you browse. If you wish to just grab more clothes, 10 gold pieces each. If you want to go fancier with it, you can. Splurge, and it'll be 30 gold pieces for a set, and it'll be just looking nicer. And you can tell me what it looks like, and I'll generate a new token for you if you want. Otherwise, you're wearing essentially rags that will keep you bundled and warm.
I'm wearing the ambergris smelling rags because Kale really didn't care about looking good. It's all about form versus function over form.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the 30-piece set.
Yeah.
I tend to have
yeah.
I have a smaller build and frame. I'm not very athletic. I'm not built with muscle or anything, and so the wind and the cold air will just cut right through me. So I want to be bundled. However, I wanted to inquire, in case there's an emergency and the clothing is ripped or damaged, and if it's just lost beyond all repair or something, does he also sell rings of warmth?
He does not carry. The creature at the counter does not carry such items. He doesn't seem to be selling anything magical. This is purely a fashion boutique sort of thing, and such a ring is a very rare thing that he doubts that the city even carries any such thing, because devils hate cold. Nobody sane goes to Stygia or Cania or any of those layers and makes it their home. They prefer the warmth, the hellfire. That's their realm. Those realms are the way they are because their archdukes have abandoned them into wilderness. So it's a wasteland even for devils. So they don't venture there, and therefore they don't really craft any such rings, making them common, unfortunately. But that's something you can ask your patron, I'm sure, because they are like a circle of mages that can conjure such items.
Yeah, I would definitely ask Koatom just to see what they would
Zython,
for.
yeah.
Does the place also sell climbing gear?
I should have some of that in the back, yes. And he comes to fetch it, and yeah, there's a very warm. I make some blowout. It's again, it seems to have been looted off corpses. Like this creature or the supplier killed whatever creature used this, and they're now just sort of like, oh, nothing goes to waste. We'll receive that for whatever. What's the price for climbing kit? It's like 5 gold pieces. I can't even remember. Climbing kit, 5e. Climber's kit. Yeah, they have it. You can buy one. They only have the one because they're not usually selling it. They just happen to have it from whoever, whatever poor adventure.
Yeah, I'll pick that up too.
Rule 20 is not telling me the price. D&D Beyond, please.
I think it's 25 gold pieces.
Yeah, 25 gold pieces.
The Climber's kit.
Climber's kit includes boot tips, gloves, pittons, a harness. As utilize action, you can use the Climber's kit to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from an anchor point, and you can't move more than that 25 feet from there without undoing the anchor as a bonus action.
Yeah, that's just in case we have to climb.
Yeah, sure. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely get the 30-piece set then, or 30 gold piece set.
Sure. If you want to, you can now or later describe to me what exactly it looks like. With the 30 gold pieces, you essentially are buying like a tailored, like warm weather suit for yourself. And if you want to personalize it yourself, you know, the devil approaches you and begins to fit you with it. Instead of using like stitching needles or whatever that the tailors use in their shops, he just like sort of plucks a few like organic hard hairs from his tail and just like fits it to you, and in no time it's made for you.
Cool. Yeah, let me think of some ideas and I'll shoot them over to you.
I'll make you a new token and if you want. Cool. Sounds good. But anybody else, like anybody foregoing cold weather clothes really? Then go to PC.
No, I'm gonna go for the while looking through stuff with Amber, Orakai is gonna pick up one of the 30 pieces as well.
Sounds good. Same deal. You get to design it if you wish. Otherwise, whenever you guys are ready, I can move on with the narration. Do you guys browse for anything else in the city here? Above the table, I'll be honest with you guys, I did not really... I'll be improvising everything. I did not really prepare much about the city because I didn't think that you guys would linger here and let the souls of your dear ones suffer while you're pursuing casinos. But I can absolutely do that. I can pull up some gambling games. I don't know, like, this is a living city. You guys wish to do anything here?
Let's get our cold weather clothes and then head out as soon as possible. Because, yeah, there are so many other souls that need our help.
What was Amber wanting?
Amber will give the 30 gold just to get a really cute, like, white stole that she finds to wrap around her
What's a
shoulders.
stole? I'm too
A stole is
peasant.
like a furry scarf shawl. Like, it's basically a big rectangle that
Is
can
it?
hang over, like, your shoulders.
Oh.
So,
Maz is nodding their head at me like, okay, I'm a peasant. I don't know how do you spell that? I want to learn.
S-T-O-L-E.
L-E.
I stole something.
Okay. Clothing.
I do think that Amber should get close too, because...
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, if it could reduce damage, that would still... Like, we don't know if it's going to reduce it or resist it. And if it can reduce damage, that's still good for me.
That's why I say, like... If like I linked the cold weather clothing in the roll 20. As long as cold weather clothing remains dry, its wearer automatically succeeds on saving throws against the effects of extreme cold.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Amber isn't resistant to cold.
She is, but she's also vulnerable, so she's neutral to it. So she will still like bundle. And not that like I mean like above table we know that. Amber right now just feels toasty and like has a vibe, I think, about it. But still, regardless, I think she would buy it mostly to be cute. It's like the reverse of a beach episode, you know?
Okay, I'm just I don't want Amber to.
Yeah, she's
die
buying a 30
because-
gold set. We're good.
You look great. Yep.
I was gonna say, just to kind of like, maybe go through it quickly, if everyone wants to look through their list on what magic items they're carrying, so we have money for components later and for money for trading or anything else. Do you guys have anything in your inventories that you could sell or that we would want to sell for money right now?
I theoretically could sell the Iron Horn of Valhalla, but that's like really good. I
think we
didn't
should
get a
keep
chance
that.
to. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to use it because I died. But
By the way,
and
there's a fun fact about dying. Whenever you die, you lose attunement to every item you're attuned to. I'm assuming you reattune to your items, but just FYI. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Iron Horn of Valhalla isn't an attunement item.
It's not?
No.
Wow.
Because you just toot it once and then you're.
Then it's down for a
Blow it
week.
and
Yeah.
then- yeah. But I have I have my glaive and my great sword of sharpness +3, so I have my two weapons that I use. Belt of giant strength. I'm using most everything that I have. I don't have a whole lot. I did turn down the Mordecai's Maul. That's probably going to be good to sell.
So does anyone want them all then?
Nope.
Okay, let's sell
Can't
it.
use it.
Yeah, I think Kyle gets to decide if he wants it or not, and it sounds like he doesn't, so.
There is also the amulet we just freed Mordecai from. I don't know if that'll sell though.
I'll probably sell like crazy.
Yeah, they don't know it's cursed.
Yeah, it's
So-
very powerful. I mean,
She's kind of fighting with herself over the thing, but would be willing to give it up. Also, a reminder that I have on my inventory the 3 soul coins that we got back from Mordecai.
cool. So we do
I still have 2 vials of condensed order that we thought might be relevant in later layers, but so far have not. They only mattered in the war slew, basically.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bought a
fine.
bunch and we divvy them out, but I'll hold on to them just in case more demons
Okay, I
show
can
up.
hold on to them too. Another thing I'd like to do, I know we're talking about selling things, but Amber would like to buy a lot of health potions.
Mordecai
From
would
somewhere.
like some help too.
Who has the? So Matt, if you don't want them all, then we can sell that. And let's put that on the list so we can kind of
yeah.
get through
that's
this.
going on the list. Yeah.
Okay, so Mordecai Mall. I'll put that in, and then who has the dagger? Is anyone using that?
No, I don't think so.
I
I
could
thought-
keep the dagger. Or go
Oh,
for,
yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, we already got rid of it.
No, the dagger from Fierna.
Yeah, Fiona's flame tongue dagger.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Sorry, I was thinking of the one way back with the feasting situation.
I'll have it if nobody wants it.
Okay, then.
I don't know what it
take
does, so you can take it. I honestly haven't had the time to look over that. Level up was more important.
I'm gonna say Sleek's ring.
Can I
of
just
water
say
walking.
something to maybe save you guys time? I'm
Yeah.
just wondering as a dungeon master, who are you selling these items to? There is
Selling to
no
later.
buyer. Okay,
In the city?
there's no buyer. Like, who's gonna buy these
We
items?
can give them to Xanathar. He can dole it out for us.
Xanathar, the
These
the beholder of
Not Xanathar,
Waterdeep.
Sorry. No, sorry. I'm thinking.
Titan said
That is
everything
precisely
from
what
him.
I'm saying. Zythan made it very clear the first time you tried this that he does not want these items. Being a buyer for magic items is a very specific thing. he did offer to buy your spell books, your spell scrolls, anything along those lines he's interested in. He doesn't buy anything else. Generally
But
speaking,
can we use him as a middleman to say like, hey, can you take our items? Because while we're in the Hells, we obviously don't have a lot of, you know, trade and wares and everything. So can we give the items to him and say, hey, get what you can for these items, send your runners or whoever else out,
okay,
and come back, you know, within a day or however long it takes.
you essentially want
go.
Zython to be the middleman to do the downtime activity of taking weeks to like seek out a buyer, spend resources, come back with a sum, agree, and then sell it, and like the whole thing that you usually do if you don't have a buyer originally, explaining Zython's guide to everything. You want Zython to do all that. Okay. I'm just giving you guys a realistic expectation of this will not be instantaneous reward because there's not a ready buyer for you. It's not like somebody came up like, hey, I want to buy that off you. You know, like.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we don't really have, if we can't sell any items anywhere right now, I mean, that's kind of the best option we have. That's if you guys want to do that. Or we can just hold on to it.
Yeah, we could hold on to it and try in the next layer.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
there's
say
somebody
that.
there. Yeah.
But I will try to find like weapons. Do they have weapons? I want like an infernal.
Yeah, there's
Hellfire.
Hellfire weapons. Now, let's be specific about this item, Ivan, because I don't want to open this can of worms. We had this conversation with Matt the other week. I don't want to introduce Hellfire weapons from Descent into Avernus, because I don't want to open a can of worms of you get a permadeath.
Yeah.
So why do we need Hellfire weapons?
For magical resistance. That's why I'm looking.
Explain.
We can buy
Also,
a ring
because-
of resistance.
Also because my weapon is melting from one encounter. I do not remember which one, so I was looking for.
Ivan, work with me. Hellfire weapons have nothing to do with resistance. I'm trying to understand you and help you out. Hellfire weapons are the weapons that you strike somebody and you send their souls to the sticks. I did not want to include that in the campaign at all because it almost perma-killed Kael, and I feel like shit doing that to anybody. So I don't want to do that. It exists in the lore. I don't want to make it available in our game because it just nullifies fun. So
Then
what do you look for?
A short sword and scimitar. That's it.
Just
No,
mundane?
Yeah, mundane. If there is magical, like I'll consider it, but a mundane will suffice.
Yeah, mundane for sure. You can find them for like market prices.
Beautiful.
I'm sure they make them.
I'll add.
Yeah. Now, can you explain to me what you meant by your resistance?
Like I feel like they do not do anything if they're not magical. Like to at least.
You're looking to penetrate creatures and make them vulnerable completely to the damage, as if like you're attacking a Lycan with silvered weapons.
Yes, something like that.
So you're looking for like a +1 weapon.
Yes.
Okay. So Fiona's dagger is that. The Mulv is that, and I'm pretty sure the party has a few. Do you still want me to look up how much it will cost for you to buy a weapon? I can do that. I just want to know if I should use my time for that.
The dagger of Fiona will suffice.
Okay. That will pierce. That's a magic item. That will pierce resistances against resistance to like mundane. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a flame tongue weapon essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Anybody else looking for anything that's immediately can be available in the city, or shall we?
Can we find healing potions or no?
Yeah, healing potions.
Sure. You'll find like
Also-
an infernal apothecary selling healing potions. 50 gold pieces for like 1d. Was it 2d4 plus 2? Yeah, 2d4 plus 2 for common ones.
Also, rations. I started with 20, and I eat one a day, and I have 4 left, I think.
Let's discuss this real quick. Let's take like 2 minutes to discuss that amongst players. Is anybody tracking their hunger? Is anybody actually following hunger rules or thirst rules in this campaign?
Not really.
Do we
No.
want to?
I mean,
No.
No.
every
I'll be honest.
time I wake up from a long rest, I consume a ration.
I hear you, and
I
I'm
started
on.
with
I'm on
Yeah,
Team
yeah.
Matt. I do that too. But here's the thing: I want group consensus, and if everybody's like, "We don't want that," doesn't add any fun, I'm gonna say that yes, your current character eats and everything and takes care of themselves, and any exhaustion you suffer from extreme conditions is because you are parched. But in terms of travel and all that, and resting on a barge, Kotam buys supplies for the barge. That's what
Okay.
he's doing in the city, right? So if you want to maintain realism, that's what's happening. I just don't think that anybody aside from Matt here is tracking their food. Frankly, I don't blame them. That's what majority of D&D players do, anyways. For some reason, just
Sure.
ignoring them.
I wasn't particularly tracking water because I don't have water in my
Mhm.
item list.
The module does a very great way of handling extreme conditions. Of yes, you are suffering Phlegethos heat stroke because it doesn't matter how much water you ingest. This is volcanic
Yeah.
environment. So it sort of auto handles that without you having to micromanage. Like, ooh, well, I had
Okay.
2 quarts of water this morning, so am I fine, DM? Great for like Out of the Abyss and other survivor campaigns, I find, but this one I just don't think anybody is doing that at this point, and
Cool. That makes
Yeah.
it so much easier. I'll just
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In terms of
I'll just keep
yeah.
the rest of the rations for roleplay purposes in the future.
Yeah,
to
you-
help feed other people or something.
You have a few. You can always grab more from the barge, from the the underside of the ship, from the storage, if you need to. Would pack it with you and stuff, and so on. In terms of downtime activity for selling magic items, if you wanted to use Zython in the future or want to do it here in the city, we can also take like a work week here in the city, and I can make quick rules here to see what fortunes you guys find in terms of buying a buyer, what offers you get for your magic items, and you might end up with some gold, but time and money, that's what it's going to cost you. Do we want to do that here in the city, or do we want to let Zython handle that in the background?
I was gonna say potentially instead of entrusting Zython to selling everything, because Amber has like the noble background and Zython is based in Waterdeep anyway, which is where she's from. I'm wondering if she would know of like a specific merchant or purchaser in Waterdeep that she
Oh, yeah,
has
absolutely.
connection to.
Yeah.
So maybe we could offer just to say, send them back to Zython and say, give these to, Joe Schmo in the magic shop and see, what he offers for them.
Okay.
So that it's more of a handoff and less of like Zython himself acting as the merchant in the middle, because I don't think that fits his skill set.
Last thing I'm going to say about that is, in terms of legendary items, I don't think anybody is able to afford buying legendary items. Like, it's just, they're legendary for a reason. These are unique items that the Conclave made available to you via rumor, or you sought. They're either yours to claim or yours to throw away. You're not gonna get I apologize, but I'm looking up the price here. You're not gonna get 200,000 gold pieces for the horn.
Sure.
That will just, I've had it happen. It just breaks my campaigns. I've had it happen in Call of the Netherdeep, where parties, they sold like a spell scroll of like,
It was an 8th level.
8th level for so much gold that it made the next 4 levels, magic items wise, super unbalanced, and it made things like so. None of this was meant to happen. Like the characters weren't supposed to actually sell this item. Yeah, they acquire it, they use it. But if they sell it, then they don't find a buyer because nobody has that amount of gold. Nobody has 200,000 gold pieces lying around for this, unfortunately. So I
was kind of hoping to get a bunch of soul coins. That's what I was hoping.
You can sell, you can undersell it. I'm just saying you won't get it for the face value that what the books say. You'll probably get it for a lot cheaper, and then you will lose out on that legendary item, which that's your prerogative. I will lie if I would say it doesn't hurt me a little bit, but that's your prerogative as adventurers to do with your items whatever you want. But that selling magic items will take time. We'll probably either do that over RP chat or something, and I'll handle that. I just don't want to lose in session time right now handling that. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody
Yeah, let's
buying
put a list
anything
together.
else? Yeah, sounds good. Anybody buying anything else immediately in the city, or shall we procure our supplies and move forward?
How much were the cold weather clothes again?
10 gold pieces if for just basic ones.
Yeah, and I'll just get you just in case something happens.
Sure.
Nothing else.
You said
I'll
that we
get
did
some as
find 7
well.
potions, right?
Yeah, 50 gold pieces for a file of potions. You can purchase as many as you want for 50 gold pieces each. They restore 2d4 plus 4 hit points.
I said in the chat, so I'll say for Orca, I bought 10 with my own money.
Okay.
I think if anyone wants to buy more, they're welcome to, because I'm kind of buying them. Not that I wouldn't use them on other people, but I'm concerned about my vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Orakai will buy 4.
Okay. Anything else outside from the Infernal Apothecary?
I'll buy 2 healing potions as well.
Okay.
I'm just buying them to be able to feed people some. It's just 100 gold, right?
Yeah.
One. 2 healing.
I think Juniper will also like to get 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds for another Revivify if we need it.
Yeah, okay. You get it from the same place as Kotam.
Yep.
Just like a... Anyways. We good to move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize for not narrating too much. I just... After 11 years of DMing, I have a certain opinion about shopping in session that I don't like doing it. Anyways, let's move on to more exciting things. More exciting things. Scrolling down my notes. Okay, let's get out of here. On its fiery spiral through Phlegethos, the Styx slowly cools and corkscrews downwards. As you traverse, you see the river's bed begins to freeze, creating a beautiful sculpture as you guys sort of spiral downwards like so. The heat of Phlegethos fades behind you like dying embers. In its place comes silence. A vast, hollow stillness, broken only by distant thunder and the low groan of shifting ice, as before you stretches an endless frozen sea. Black salt water lies trapped beneath thick plates of blue-white ice. The river Styx coils here like a dark ribbon across this wasteland, as you see lightning crawls slowly through heavy twilight clouds, illuminating the horizon in this pale, ghostly set of flashes. There is no sun, no stars here, only this perpetual dusk. And the wind. Ooh, the wind. It cuts through armor and cloth alike, carrying with it that scent of brine. As Kotam pulls his cloak tighter, his breath misting in the frigid air, he says, "Welcome to Stygia, the graveyard of ambition. This place has run fallow under the hand of an absentee archduke. Everything starves here in Stygia, for the elements make no contracts. Truant mortals come here to evade infernal scrutiny. The wilderness, while harsh, offers a fairer fight for survival than other layers. But Stygia has its own traps and surprises. Devils are cruel, but they can be bargained with. Other fates are less open to negotiation." He shudders and draws his cloak closer to himself and gestures to that endless sea in front of you. Let's put us on the Stygia map. Alrighty. As he lays out the map that reflects the expanse around you as described, it's just white and a ribbon of blackness cutting through it. Not many features or points of interest on this bleak landscape, but he points out a few. "You will find no capital nor grand throne here, just wilderness. and whatever is strong enough to survive it. Most devils avoid this place. There's those who stay, of course, but they are a desperate folk and dangerous. He points toward the twisting river. The Styx carves tunnels through ice and sea alike. These ice corridors shred ships like parchment. We should proceed with caution here. Do not trust solid ground. Beneath us are caverns eaten into the sea that house all sorts of monstrosities. Beneath thin ice swim sharks the size of ships, ridden by the Sahagin. They hunt anything that moves, and if you can see them, they can reach you. To venture into their territory spells doom to my vessel. I will not take you to such places. Such ventures you must dare on your own. He gestures then toward the distant mist sort of rising over the ice some distance away. There are warmer places, pockets where heat leaks upwards, arctic swamps, lichen fields, places that appear peaceful, although peaceful they are not. Despite the apparent desolation, this is still the realm of Levistus, the frozen prince, trapped in ice by Asmodeus. There are settlements built upon great ice floats near the Styx, but such places are lawless smuggler dens that serve as refuge for deserters of Hell's war on the abyss. They obey Levistus only out of sheer fear. Pauses for a second to sort of pull the cloak closer to himself, warming his hands by the fire. There is an exception. Tantalin. 'Tis a trading city that attracts plainer merchants to its doors. Separatists from the Infernal Order, they heed their own strict laws. He takes a moment to stare into that white expanse, frost and rime already forming on his face. Still, you must venture out into that cold and allow yourselves to get lost. Sometimes those lost within the blizzards of Stygia find signs. Mortal tracks through the snow set down recently, carvings in the ice claiming a place of safety and shelter. Mortals are drawn across the wilderness until they reach a mouth of a great ice cave that descends into the frozen substrate of this place, to find refuge and rest. Except, of course, this is the Nine Hells and there is no rest. What weary travelers have reached is the chasm of found things, from which few have returned. His gaze drifts downwards, becoming very distant at that. I know this because it once found me. Long ago, during my previous venture through battle, I thought myself strong enough to endure anything, and so I ventured far from beaten path. The ice storm took me. I sought shelter, and found myself within those caverns. And deeper still, I fought hunger. And hungering things found me, born of nightmare and despair. But I survived, there in those depths. Having survived, I lost something sacred. A legendary relic of my churches, he says of Waterdeep's Church of Kalimdor, known as the Rod of Resurrection. It is an irreplaceable artifact that still lingers somewhere in that dark. That is why we do not simply drift downriver to Malbogny. That is why I have led you here. That is why I needed you in the first place, and why I agreed to escort you here without charge to help you with Zythan's task and the task of retrieving the souls. Is the reason why I need you. You have walked the fires of Phlegethos, faced archdevils, and survived what would have ended you. You are stronger now than I was then. If anyone can walk into the chasm and return, it is you. He bows his head slightly at that. Retrieve the Rod of Resurrection and wield it in the trials ahead. And, when this journey ends, I will see it return to my cathedral in Waterdeep, where it belongs. He lets the silence hang, giving you room to ponder and speak.
Keel stands up, simply
Okay.
says, for you, of course, I will do this, Kotem.
You say that you lost your rod? How exactly? People here seem to recognize you, devils recognize you.
He got lost in the blizzard. Hungry and exhausted, he found, or rather was found by, the Chasm of Found Things. And while sheltered there, he was attacked by whatever dwells within and lost the rod. Fleeing with his life, but leaving the rod behind in the Chasm of Found Things.
Well, you've carried us this far. It's only fair that we try to get this back to you.
It is a powerful relic, and it will spare you for having to use diamonds to resurrect the dead.
Juniper kind of like under her breath goes like, "Damn, okay."
course
Am
you
I
have.
right in presuming? Sorry, didn't mean to
No.
cut you off.
No, you didn't. Go for it.
They will ask. Am I right in presuming you don't know what to talk to you?
Huh? Oop. Say again?
Or I asked, am I right in presuming that you don't know what kind of creature attacked you?
Oh. He recalls it being a creature of scale, long and insectoid-like, almost like a millipede, with blue scales exuding fire from its maw, being resistant to both cold and fire. He does not know of it. He's not an adventurer. He's a mere cleric of Waterdeep's Church of Kalimdor. It was a thing that should not be.
Even that gives me some ideas not to use fire or ice-based spells on it, so thank you.
Juniper turns around to Rocky, who's presumably still on her back, and just goes, "Hey, we might meet your cousin."
Still clinging to your back like a carapace are 8 spider legs wrapped around your torso. The poor creature nestled between your cloaks shivers in the cold. There is a new hell to be witnessed in Stygia. The cold of Stygia chills to the bone, leaving creatures fighting for survival. Each time a creature finishes a long rest, they must succeed a Constitution saving throw or gain level of exhaustion. Creatures with resistance or immunity to cold automatically succeed on the save.
Yippee!
Nonetheless,
Does the cold weather clothing affect that?
does the cold weather clothing give you resistance to cold?
It says, as long as cold weather clothing remains dry,
Mhm.
its wearer automatically succeeds on saving throws against the effects of extreme cold.
Then yeah, it succeeds.
Hell yeah.
That's from Rima the Frost Maiden, though. So that's that. When I grabbed it, I pulled it from that. But so yeah. Okay.
With the map laid in front of you, showing the way back to Phlegethos, the way ahead to Melbogny, straight down the river, and everything in between, the city of Tantalin, Shershuk, the glacier of Levistus, and somewhere out there in that expanse, the chasm of found things. It is up to you guys where you wish to, if you wish to go forth, more, chart course. He's merely a guide, Kotam.
You want to try to stop in the city of Tantalin and see if we can't get a bearing on the Cavern of Lost Things?
So, I will repeat what I said. The Cavern of Lost Things is such a place that you don't find it, it finds you.
Oh, okay.
Kotam recommends that you get lost.
Sounds
Damn,
easy
that's
enough.
so rude. That's so impolite.
Literally get lost. Like, literally, he recommends that you will not find it if you seek it. The only way the chasm allows itself to be found is by those who are lost and exhausted of all hope. You venture out into the blizzard and you give yourself off to Stygia, essentially.
That's what we do then.
I mean no offense, but that probably means that Isaac or Amber should be guiding us through this, since they don't have the as expertise in survival. I'm a scout, and Marcella has abilities too, so we should not be guiding.
No offense taken. I never know where the heck I am, so that is perceptive.
Hell, at this point, walk in a general direction and it's bound to happen. Out on the glaciers or
Yeah,
wherever.
it's not that hard to get lost in the snow.
Let's do it.
I would say this though, maybe we stay at the city of Tantalin, kind of hang out, see what we can do. Just learn about the general area or things that we might run into out there. Just
That's
to
true.
be prepared for, to stay alive for what we need. But also, the two people who resurrected, they're going to be at what, -3 with their rolls. I'm at -8 right now. I'm still hurting pretty bad. I can go, but I'm just going to be a lot weaker, so I don't know if you guys want to take a day or two in the city. Information and all that crap, try to find.
We can. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, also, to be honest, the heat from Phlegathos gave me a case of the ouchies, so I wouldn't mind, like, you know, getting some intel and stuff for a little in the city for a second and then setting out.
I wouldn't mind as well, but I do want to let you, Amber, and you, Isaac, know that I can now cast Mage Armor. That could help and could reduce your magic costs if I'm the one casting it.
Amber knocks on her like sternum, which looks like it's just covered with like regular clothing and the fur of her stole, and you hear the sound of like someone knocking on stone. She goes, "I'm covered, but thank you." That is to say that she has mage armor.
Yeah, it's the same with me. He runs his hand over his chest, and like behind it, you start to see a gleam of more of like a desert Arabian kind of armor, you know, ish under it to kind of match the theme of Pelagathos and heat and desert wasteland and stuff. I never leave home without it every morning. But
Mordecai nods, but does say, if you want to have more abilities, I could cast it in the morning for you if you guys want. I can't give you Death Ward, but this is something I can do.
that actually might be helpful. If the next few mornings, if I'm able to take something else and put it into my mind's eye and concentrate on that, will it alleviate having to worry about more defensive magic? So he'll take you up on that offer in the future, because that way I can take a different spell of some sort.
That's really cool. I like that image. How it shows like the river Styx connecting all the layers.
Yeah, Kotam's charts. Showing your progress thus far through the holes.
But if you guys want to, if Amber needs to rest at the city, we can also use it to say like, hey, what's like the local.
Well, maybe we could learn about this monster too. Like, it's possible if that thing doesn't live in the cave, then maybe there's like local lore about it and how we can prepare if we do face it.
Everybody who has what's monstrosity lore? Let's say nature. Nature's not used a lot in D&D. Anybody who has proficiency in nature, you can go ahead and make me a check if you want to like recall, just based off like Kotam's description of this animal, and I just straight up just tell you what he's talking about.
23.
23?
Do you, Mads, know what a Remoraz is?
A Remoraz?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Let me show you.
Uh-oh.
So, this bad boy.
I can see that bad boy. Let me get it up.
So this bad boy, right?
Uh-huh.
I want you, through Juniper, to describe what it looks like, what it's like. You have never, thankfully, fought one, but you definitely, as a astute student of nature, learned of various beasts and monstrosities of the world. These are Arctic-dwelling beings. Often, look at it, it's hunting little penguins.
Dwarf
It's-
next to it or a human?
It's dwarf.
Oh my god.
That's what a human looks like in its size. That's the size comparison. So
Wow.
that's you. That's you running right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So these things, straight up out of fucking Subnautica,
Oh, for sure.
below zero. Like it's that shit. I want you to with your own words describe what you know about this creature. You can ask me questions. I'll answer them. But that's what a Remraz is, and that sounds precisely like what Kotam is describing.
Mm-hmm. So, the way I would describe this creature, your mic's on, right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm just gonna use yours. The way I would describe this creature is, what's that like snake with the big like things on its head?
Cobra?
Like a cobra. Yeah. It's like a cobra mixed with a centipede covered in blue, but like fucking huge.
Are we talking dragon, kraken?
Huge.
You know for certain it's
Like-
not like a dragon or kraken.
It's not like a dragon.
Oh, like size wise, yeah. I
I'm.
mean, it depends how old, right?
Mm,
They start as eggs and then they grow
yeah.
to like building sized. So
And
Yeah.
it has like these spikes going down its neck that are like fire colored. Like they look like they're little flames all over its back. And its face is fucking gnarly.
yeah. Anyway, a bad time all around. A lot of legends that hail about this creature are from snowy hills and mountains regions. A lot of ice giants. Kaio, you would probably have heard this like down the line, down the family trees, or in your tribe if you had any contact with ice giants. A lot of ice giants do rival with these creatures. Imagine a creature so big that it rivals a giant. Yeah, a bad time. That's what Kotam survived. By the sounds of it.
Wow.
Fun.
Props to you, Kotam. Damn.
Yeah. Should you wish to venture over to the one of the only few settlements here, you can absolutely, and we can sort of call a rest there and sort of handle any week-long RP chat stuff in there. I would just ask that you guys don't progress the actual plot. Save for next session. But we can do our long rest there, and as I described sort of what Tantalin is like at the beginning of next session, and give you an opportunity to roleplay. I guess the only last thing I would do as we round off session is have one encounter here real quick as you approach the town of Tantalin on the very edge of it, preparing to moor your vessel. You would see has been set up a familiar color, cobalt blue and dark green tent covered in rime and snow, with the banner of the Conclave of Halrua in the wind. The tent flaps are closed to keep the heat inside, as something orange is glowing within, ebbing, probably generating the heat within. But it seems like a member of your patron faction has arrived here in this place between layers, as agreed. At this time, if you guys wish to exchange anything with Zythan, as discussed, you may, as you find him here, keeping tabs on the party, occasionally checking in on you guys with his scrying orb. He seemed to venture out here to check in on you guys, providing you again access to some of those magic items that he offered last time you guys saw him. The Amulet of Planes, the Carpet of Flying, the Ioun Stone, Mantle of Resistance, Rings of Resistance, Staff of Power, Wand of Fireballs, and the Wands of the War Mage. Still has them. Still carries them. Even though you didn't buy them last time, he still has them in case you have the gold for them. Do you wish to do any exchanges at this time?
I do want to know what the Staff of Power and the Wand of the War Mage are.
Wand of the War Mage. Let's start with a more simple one.
It's just a +1, 2, or 3.
Doesn't have any other effects to it?
I think there is no cover on the text. I think that
Okay,
was it.
cool. So I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Okay, so just so we're on the same page. Wand of the War Mage. So these come in 3 varieties of varying prices: +1, +2, +3 for the 3 varieties. And let me see if it does anything else aside from what Ivan just said. While holding this wand that requires attunement by spellcaster, you gain the bonus to spell attacks and rolls. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack roll. Yep, exactly as Ivan described it. It comes in a +1, +2, and +3 variety. Quite simple. The staff of power is a unique item, costing a lot more. Of a very rare variety, attunable by any sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. It contains charges that can be used while using its various properties. Otherwise, it's a +2 sort of staff that grants you also like armor class bonus while you're holding it, warding you off. You can cast an area of a lot of spells with it, such as Cone of Cold, Fireball, Globe of Invulnerability, Hold Monsters, Levitate, Lightning Bolt, Magic Missile, Ray of Enfeeblement, and Wall of Force from the staff, of various costs of the charges that it comes with. It regains charges each turn, but if you expend less charge while using it, it has a chance of being destroyed, essentially. Or sometimes you get lucky and you recharge as extra charges without having to wait. So it's kind of like roll the dice here. It's also known, like Staffs of Power are also known to be used by very daring spellcasters who wish to say, screw it, if I die, you die with me, where you can take the staff, shatter it over your knee, and it just explodes in a massive explosion emanating from you that I don't remember if it incinerates you in place or sends you to another plane, but I'm pretty sure it's bad. It holds a lot of power in it. Yeah.
If I remember, it just gives you a lot of damage and you have a chance of being teleported somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of all these items somewhere?
Yeah, I do.
Look for it.
Yeah, I do.
I know it got brought up before, but then I think it got
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, I do. I will list the items in the chat, and I will list their prices right beside them. Here we go. That is what he is offering. I'll put it. I don't hear what Abby's saying, but anyway, they're in Discord chat as well. That is the items that you can purchase from Zython. Otherwise, Zython can also be sold too. If you have any spell books, he pays good money for them, especially if the spell books have like 9th level spells and stuff. Spell scrolls you guys don't need, he buys those, no problem. Yeah.
Would I be able to ask what the prices are for these things?
For the Wand of the War Mage, the +1 is really cheap. It's 500 gold pieces. The next tier up is like almost 10k. It's 9,500. The next tier up, the +3 War Mage Wand, is 32,000 golds. The Staff of Power is the most expensive of that bunch. It's 45,000 gold pieces. It's the more powerful, the more expensive.
Huh. Yeah, I think like we don't have much gold really. Like, if we put everything together, we have like less than 10,000.
I have 2,000.
I have 3.
Yeah, that's why I want to sell some of our shit, or at least try to do like a trade of some sort if you'd be willing to.
What do you
Might
want to
take
trade?
time.
What do you want to buy?
Well, I gotta look at all of our stuff. I know the Warhammer we have is very rare. That might fetch something. Whatever you guys are interested in. I'll have to look up these items.
I think I looked at them last time and I wasn't interested in anything, but I'm happy to try to be like facilitating item trades, or if there's things that we want to send to like a rep I know in Waterdeep, all of that. Amber's happy to kind of liaise as much as she can from a whole different plane to get some of these transactions done. But she personally is not looking to purchase anything.
Sounds
Just
good.
wants to serve as a resource.
I want to handle my energy and I put into the campaign and the emotions I feel in a proactive way. Instead of generating magic items and loot that you guys are going to look at and be like, I don't want this, and we're going to sell it, that I feel terrible like whenever that happens. By next week, I'm going to ask each of you to please write to me what sort of magic item you're looking to acquire. That way I can maybe possibly write it in the story or something parallel to it. And I know what to aim for, that I know that you will earn it and you will keep it instead of it just being pawned off. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sounds good. Because like I thought the hammer was really cool and useful and versatile, and I put thought into it and stuff, and then now it's just being pawned off, and I'm like, I don't want to feel like what I'm feeling right now ever again. So if I can avoid that by some way, then that'll be nice. Other than that, we're gonna start rounding off session here, and if you guys have any questions about the realm or anything, you can ask us. So now it's still fresh. Otherwise, we'll handle any last shopping in RP, preferably. That way we don't waste time on it, and we can start exploring Stygia. Remember that everything is optional. This chasm of lost things is just another side quest. You can, as Matt mentioned in chat, nobody's soul is here. Stygia, for the party, has no quests to do with your characters. There's no souls here, and there's no, I don't know. You find purpose here, right? So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think my take personally, and like we can talk more because I know the session is ending, but like I feel like we owe it out of loyalty to everything that they've done for us to look for this thing. But I personally would feel like I would want to kind of make haste to find the cave, find the rod, return it, and move on. Like I don't feel as, I know that this is a quote unquote side quest. To me, it feels kind of mainline because it's in aid of our patrons, but.
All I mean by that is that
Beyond
it's not something that's tied directly to you as a character.
Right,
This is something
right.
for somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I probably want to get in. I personally wouldn't necessarily want to get into like side quests. Like, if we go to the city and someone's like, "There's an interpersonal dispute" or something, I'd be like, "Okay, where's this cave? You know, I want to get in the cave.
Mhm.
Let's go spelunking."
Agreed.
Sounds good, yeah. But I have to leave. Thank you for the session, Tom.
Hey,
Yeah, this was fun.
Mm.
yeah.
Alright, bye, Evan.
Take care.
I'll feel better. Poor guy.
Yeah. You guys have a nice night. It was fun, as always.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
You too, Matt.
Anybody?
Mordecai, you made me tear up when you were doing your thing. It was very sweet.
It
The
was.
resurrections were really sweet. That was
Yeah.
really fun and
It-
sad.
I think it beats just I cast Revivify and I'm just done.
Yeah.
I like it when death matters.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but I wasn't expecting emo, and then like session started, and I was like misty half of it, all the resurrection stuff. Like, geez.
Good stuff.
I wasn't expecting to get emotional while talking, but I was like emotional over here.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like-
so sweet.
I was
was like-
thinking you were a theater kid or something. You sounded like those like Broadway people that like cry sing, where they're not actually crying, but their voice makes it kind of sound like they are.
Yeah. I was thinking you're a fantastic actress.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good. I liked that a lot. I hope no one dies again because I don't want it to get harder, but it was very sweet.
We're going deeper and deeper. We'll likely
Who's
have
gonna
some other
die?
deaths. We just gotta be able to deal with
No.
them.
Yeah. Well, I think we all put some thought into backup characters over the last week. I know I did more than I had before. I was like, oh shit, I need to like have a plan.
I literally just made a sheet for Juniper's wife. I was like, if Juniper fails, then Maple's coming after her.
Yeah,
Like-
real.
You
Tantalin.
guys have a good night.
Tantalin,
Yeah, you too.
the city, for anybody else remaining, I'm just gonna say this, it would actually be really good for trying to pawn off sellable magic items, I suppose, because it is connected to many more portals connecting to like other planes of existence, tied to
Oh.
distributaries, and travelers like from all over arrived and depart on the Styx, which makes Tantalin this unique trading city in Nine Hells with its focus on like commerce, completely disconnected from like the soul trade and what to do with gold pieces. And they welcome like travelers of all kind, right? So you will find yourself that the temperatures are extremely dangerous, but you know, this place is rather safe. Demons have slain on sight, and you know, there are like these elite party turned police forces here sort of guarding the city. My point being here that you will find a buyer from like weird places, like from other planes of existence. It does not limit you to like, you know, just the hells. Like, why would somebody buy something that the hells will not buy? Maybe we'll find a buyer and all that. I don't wanna I find that magic items are precious and should be either used or traded or discarded. The whole like converting them to gold pieces is never turned into something good in my campaigns. It always turned into like, it felt like Monopoly exchange. It just went against the whole spirit of like, what makes a magic item rare and all that. If players can just sort of demand it because they have the money for it, then rarity means nothing anymore. In a campaign,
I think it's like worth considering that we've had to barter in the past, so keeping some items to barter with people we actually meet face to face can be helpful, I think.
Yeah.
And then the flip of that coin obviously is like, we talked to I literally had his name fine all session, Zythan, and his items of a higher caliber are very expensive, and we're not exactly raking in gold because we do a lot of bartering and like task trading and that kind of thing. So it's kind of, I can see both ways, but definitely I don't feel like we need to clear inventory for gold pieces because bartering in the hells has been fruitful in the past.
It's sort of it's very much a campaign where you will be encountering a lot of like legendary items and artifacts and stuff, and like you'll have access to them, and even having the few I find is precious, rather than trying to find the best and just keep yourself like it's a video game a little bit. Like it defeats the purpose of like, no, this one item is what you get because it means something, and it should. Like I feel like the horn of whatever Valhalla is being dismissed as just as like, oh, it's just a bubble that we stole. We didn't earn it. We stole, and now we can resell. And I'm like, no, this is a once.
Oh no, I do not want to resell.
No, we're not selling that.
No,
I
no.
think that
Okay.
just got put out there for some weird reason, but that's not.
I was
being sold
just
at all.
announcing the stuff that I had.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
kind of taking
But
it in.
I did not want to sell the Iron Horn of Valhalla. That's very, very on theme with KO. I really like that item. I just haven't been
Yeah.
able to quite use it yet.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all. And I am sorry, Tom, that you did.
I'm not gonna
all that
force
work.
you to use items. I just want to make sure that if I do homebrew items, that there are something that you do want to use. That way, I don't feel like because of my player's agency, I wasted time. That it's a very bad feedback loop that I don't want that to exist in my games. Like there's a solution to it. Just make items that they want, or
I think what would be helpful for me is I don't know what items are homebrew and what are from a book or something. So if you let me know what's homebrewed, like even if that's meta or whatever the heck, I would be more interested, because I know that it's something like crafted specifically, by you and that the effort went into that. And I think that that's like context that would help us understand the value of them above the table, which is important too. I just don't even know. Like, it's not like I'm reading the original book or anything, obviously.
If you want to know, this is not meta knowledge much. The module, well, the story is great, and I'm not gonna shit on the story. The module sucks. 85 to 90% of what we experience is my homebrew. The module is abhorrent. We don't have a rod like we don't have an explanation of like why the Rod of Resurrection is here. I want to make a nice connection of like, well, why is Kotam helping you guys? Everybody's like sussing him because like, yeah, there must be something to him. He's helping you guys because he lost a symbol of his church, and you guys are proved to be a powerful party that can help him with this one of two of his personal quests. And the choice is yours whether you help or not, but like, this is why he needs you, this is why he brought you here, to test you guys, and this is why he's escorting you, because he knows that he can't do what you guys can do. So I had like this clerical item that our druid happens to be able to use too, because it's like attunement cleric or druid and some other third class. I had this clerical item be tied to Kotam. I homebrewed that story bit. I homebrewed the Cavern of Found Things because I want something to be here in Stygia. If the party chooses to like, we skip Stygia because we have nothing to do here, fine, we skip. No problem. But I felt like it's nice to have content. If I'm promising 9 layers, there should be 9 layers. And all that. Also, I don't know. It's cool what I wrote. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I was excited to do this like 5 sessions ago. The module sucks though. Like, the module is really plain. A lot of the encounters are like, they just tell me what creature you guys encounter and nothing else. Like, just like one sentence. And then I have to construct everything around it. Same thing with rewards. When Matt or somebody asks me like, oh, do we find something on your body? Module says no. You just slew an enemy and that is your reward. You survived. Move on. I go, no, that's shit. Let's make a cool dagger. Let's make a cool hammer. What did I use in session? What did I narrate? Oh, we had like a maul weapon for Corticai. What is that like? What can I make it unique so it's not just like, oh, +2 maul. What can I add to it? So I made like a little like like infernal engine that you can like hop with or like push people thing, because I saw Kale like pushing people and stuff. So what if I had made an item that was more along the lines of what he's doing, or what if somebody else wants to use it, for whatever reason? What if the party wants to acquire an infernal war machine and have that hammer as part of the war machine's weaponry? Creativity up to the party, right? So think, what if you want to like upgrade the barge and you want to have like a swing hammer around or something? Better beats nothing, in my head.
Well, I do appreciate your hard work.
Yeah.
I too appreciate your hard work.
No,
I tried DMing once, and it's hard. So
as long as
I'm an assistant DM for a reason.
Anyway,
Really
I'm gonna start letting people go because I have to go as well. I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten in like 4 hours. So thank you for session.
Thank you.
Thank you for
See you next week. Bye, everyone.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Have a nice